KMTI, your sports leader in South Central Utah, now presents Snow College Badger Sports on the radio. This sports broadcast is brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. And now let's get started with live sports play-by-play action on KMTI Radio.
And a good evening and welcome to Terry Foote Stadium and Robert L. Stoddard Field. Gary Chedester along with Greg Sterner bringing you a top four matchup tonight between the number 3 Georgia Military College Bulldogs and the number 4 Snow College Badgers. Greg, it's been 6 weeks since we've had a game here at home. The Badgers have been on the road for 4 games, including 2 bye weeks, so it's been a long time since they've played on this field.
6 weeks since they've had a game here in Ephraim, Gary, but this is the first game that they've had here in Ephraim this year. I'm sure we're going to get into that here, but yeah, this is a game, a top 5 matchup. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, the Badgers have had a couple of really good games on the road. In fact, 3. They were able to win 2 of those, and they did lose the game against Iowa Western, but come from behind games against Lackawanna Community College and Butler. And we ought to mention Butler with a huge upset today, knocking off the number 1 team in the nation, Hutchinson Community College. We'll get to that in just a second. So there's going to be a lot of changes in the top 15. Thanks to the graphic here put up by Ira Bowman did a great job on this. So the Badgers against top 15 teams, they've scored 28.3 points per game. They've rushed for over 100 yards, passed for over 256, and that record of 2-1. So beating Lackawanna, beating Butler in a come from behind. Now Butler has defeated the number 1 team in the nation, Hutchinson, and the Badgers' only loss is to Iowa Western. We ought to mention while we're talking about that, Georgia Military's only loss is to Iowa Western. That was at home in overtime. Georgia Military went for 2 and did not convert it and ended up losing by 1 to Iowa Western. There's a lot of similarities between these two teams. Georgia Military played Lackawanna very close. I think it was a 5-point win for Georgia Military. That was in Georgia, in Milledgeville. They still have to go on the road and play at Lackawanna in Scranton, Pennsylvania. So that's still a tough game for them that will be coming up.
Home and home in the season.
Yes, okay. They play home and home with Lackawanna. I guess a little bit closer for them. They won't have to fly halfway across the country to get here to Salt Lake City and then a bus ride to Ephraim to be able to do that. So let's take a quick look at the let's do at least the top 10 here. Hutch at number 1, but that's probably going to change, most likely going to change after the loss today. Iowa Western at number 2, Georgia Military at number 3 with a record of 7-1. Snow College at 4. Garden City also lost today. In fact, they lost to Iowa Western, so they could drop out of that number 5 spot. Holmes also lost, so they'll probably end up dropping. They lost to Northwest Mississippi. Number 7, Mississippi Gulf Coast. Number 8, Northwest Mississippi. Number 9, Kilgore. And number 10, Lackawanna Community College. So the Badgers have played several top teams, 3 that are in the rankings. This will make number 4 here, taking on Georgia Military. Rounding out as long as we got the graphic up there, again, thanks to Ira Bowman for that. Lackawanna at 10, Navarro at 11, Tyler Junior College at 12, Butler at 13. They'll definitely move up after knocking off number 1. East Central is at number 14, and Coffeyville at number 15. And that is your top 15. Dodge City is also getting votes, and Itawamba also getting votes as well in that top 15. So, Greg, any final thoughts here before we go to the interview with head coach Zach Erikson?
I'm telling you, Snow has a chance. You win this game against the number 3 team. Snow's number 4, as you mentioned. Move up and stay inside that top 4 so you can make the playoffs here.
That's your first priority, right? Yep. I mean, you got to get in the playoffs. Then you can worry about 1 and 2
home game or not.
To be able to play at home. Yep. There is a lot of talk, and we've talked about this on the road with Rob Nielsen. There's a lot of talk of expanding, like the NCAA did, to expanding to 6 teams. That way you give 1 and 2 a bye, and you get a little bit deeper. There's been a lot of talk about how the polls are manipulated that last week or so. We've seen that happen with Snow College dropping without even playing a game just to get whoever into the playoffs. So there's been a lot of talk. Nothing's happened yet, but they are talking about that.
Cool. Yeah, it'd be neat to see Snow get a home playoff game. That's one thing. They've made the playoffs, haven't had a home playoff game.
Nope.
Correct? Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, it's always been on the road, but it would be neat if they could get up to that top 2. But got to keep winning to do it.
And a very tough matchup here tonight with Georgia Military. And we'll go into some details after we listen to the pregame show with head coach Zach Erikson. We'll have that Snow College pregame show right after this.
This school year will be different.
This year, I'll do my assignments on time.
I will listen to my teacher.
I solemnly swear.
I won't eat any glue.
I'll do my homework every night.
Every night.
Research? No problem.
School, I got this.
This year will be different. Visit Centricom.com to power your education with the best internet experience. Everyone succeeds with School to the Power of Centricom.
We are all part of a team. Whether you are the quiet hero or the newest recruit, the steady anchor or the moral support, your team needs you. At Intermountain Health, Sanpete Valley Hospital, we want to be part of your team. Partner with us on your health and continue to be a game changer for your teammates.
At CVMC Medical Clinics, our growing team of physicians and advanced providers are shaping what rural healthcare can be. With an array of specialties available in world-class orthopedic medicine, our footprint is always expanding to ensure our personalized approach is reaching as many as possible. Familiar faces and expert knowledge, all of our locations can offer your family full-spectrum care in one place. Available in Nephi, Santaquin, and Fountain Green. CVMC is the place where healthcare is made personal.
Want to save money on your internet bill? Who doesn't? You now can save big with a new referral program from MTCC. You can now get a $5 monthly credit for each of your friends who sign up for Fiber Fast Internet or MTCC TV for as long as they remain a customer. Get 10 friends and you get a $50 credit every month for as long as they remain a customer. Now that's savings. Visit manta.com/bringafriend or call or text 435-835-2929 for details. Some restrictions apply. MTCC, connecting your life since 1907.
Welcome back to the Snow College pregame show. Gary Chedester along with Zach Erikson. A reminder that Snow College has a lot of activities on campus, and the way to stay informed is visit snow.edu for more information. Coach, we talked on the post game and kind of repeat here just a little bit. A win for you up at Pacific Northwest. Not a lot of surprises. You were able to work on some things and got a lot of playing time for some of your second and third string in the second half.
Yeah, we were able to get a lot of those guys some valuable reps, and you can't simulate game reps in practice, and so it was a good opportunity for us to develop some more of that depth that is actually going to need to show up this week. We ended up, unfortunately, getting bit by the injury bug on the offensive line. Starting left guard will be out indefinitely. We don't know that it's season ending just yet, but he'll be out for the foreseeable future. And then his backup, who was playing second to last offensive play, ended up rupturing his Achilles, and so he will be done for the rest of the year. So we'll have to see how the depth does, and hopefully be able to get those guys all on the same page and working together as we go forward. But all in all, it was a good trip. I mean, you never are pleased when you end up having guys that have to miss time, and especially on the offensive line. But outside of that, everybody stayed pretty healthy, and like I said, we were able to get some guys some valuable game experience, and it was a pretty place. It was a nice visual and good
facility.
Yeah, good facility, great facility to go play at, and those guys are, they're working hard to try to continue to build that program, and I think they're headed in the right direction.
So Coach McFalls, I'm guessing, is going to have to do some shuffling on that offensive line, move some people that maybe play the right side over to the left or what have you.
Yeah, so we're going to we'll end up moving a tackle down to play guard. So we'll have 4 of the same 5 still playing, and then we'll move Spencer Bradshaw, who has been kind of our 6th, 7th guy at tackle down to guard, and he'll play left guard for us. And him and Derek will get some reps there, and we'll be able to see. We'll try. We think those two guys can fill that hole pretty successfully, and feel confident in their abilities. Derek has a lot of game time experience. He was a starter for 4 or 5 games last season and has been able to play in most games this year. And so, we did a really good job of building our offensive line room this year, especially Coach McFalls in what he did recruiting wise, to where obviously, yes, we'll miss Nate and yes, we'll miss Gabe, but I think that we still are in a position to hopefully not skip a beat and be able to have those next guys that are there step up and be able to go. And then, after that, those second guys, that second group of offensive line will kind of get shuffled up a little bit more. We haven't quite dialed that in yet, but, Spencer and Derek being able to take the bulk of that left guard reps with that first group is probably what you'll end up seeing.
Okay. Probably not the most opportune time for this to happen with number 3 coming into town, but you guys have done a good job of adapting.
Yeah, and that's part of football, right? You always have got to prepare those guys as well, because you never know when this can happen. And so while it's not ideal, I think that Coach McFalls has done a good job of preparing everybody in that room to be able to step in and play. And with them being able to take the bulk of the reps this week, where it's not something that happens mid-game where you have to throw somebody in who hasn't been there, with them having the full week to prepare, I think we'll be just fine.
One of the other things I noticed is you traveled quite a bunch of different faces, it seemed like, at Pacific Northwestern. And I talked a little bit with, I think it was Coach Pulo, just trying to get more game experience for some of the guys and maybe more film or what have you.
Yeah, so especially on the defensive side, they chose to bring a couple of different guys that haven't really traveled with us up to this point. Guys that have played a lot early in the season at home, and then as I think it's been more of a, we've got to find the best 11 guys on that defensive side, and I think there were still some question marks that maybe we just wanted to see how they operated in a game type setting, in a game situation, so that going forward we felt like we could put our best 11 guys out there on defense. Some of that due to injury, right? We did get Ty Smith back, who was a starter for us up to the Lackawanna game, and then got an injury and had been out since then. We get him back, so that puts him back in the mix. Other guys that were just kind of in a situation where we needed to see what they could do in games. And so I think we got some questions answered. Being back at home, we'll pump up that dress list probably by 10, 15 guys to have them at our disposal and be able to see. But we need to just, especially this week and then going forward, we need to be able to make sure we have our best 11 guys out there. And I think that was kind of the reasoning behind some of that.
And I called Ty's name a lot. He got a lot of action, played really well, I thought.
Yeah, Ty does a lot of good things for us, and so being able to get him back, he's kind of a veteran guy for us. He's been around a while and has a lot of game experience under his belt, and so I think that will be beneficial, getting him back to full speed and getting him going.
All right, Coach, let's take a break. We'll talk about the big game at hand, and that's Georgia Military here at home. We'll continue with more on the Snow College pregame show right after this.
I thought there was only one way to do college. I knew I needed training to set me up for a great career, but I didn't have 4 years. Snow helped me discover that college doesn't have to be about sitting in classes, counting down the hours. They showed me a way to get the edge I needed, and fast. The best part was, with their low-cost programs and tuition assistance, I didn't have to go into debt. I was able to earn my certificate and start working right away. Snow College. This is college.
In the days of the mountain men, Cache Valley, Utah became a central gathering place for trappers and explorers. They named it Cache because it was there they would store their goods and come together to trade and connect. This spirit of community continues today at Cache Valley Bank with locations and services throughout Utah, including 3 branches right here in San Pete County. They are Central Utah's financial outfitter. No matter your mountain, they want to see you reach the top. Cache Valley and Central Utah are rooted in grand expeditions. Let's keep that heritage alive together. Discover Cache Valley Bank. Mountains await. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Visits to the dentist cause great anxiety and fear in some people, further jeopardizing oral and overall health. This is Dr. Douglas. We not only deliver optimal dental care, we make you comfortable while we do it.
Douglas Dentistry's patients love listening to music or watching a movie during treatment. Some patients prefer nitrous oxide or laughing gas or conscious sedation.
Call Douglas Dentistry today, 283-3800. That's 283-3800. Find us on Facebook or click on douglasdentistryephrem.com.
Welcome back to the Snow College pregame show. For a full list of online courses that are available, visit snow.edu. So, Coach, you've faced this situation already once before, playing a higher-ranked team. This time you're at home with Georgia Military, a team that you guys have had some good battles back and forth.
Yeah, this is, again, one of those highlight games of the season. We love playing Georgia Military. We love what Coach Manchester does over there with those guys in Milledgeville. And, we've built a good relationship similar to that we have, with Iowa Western, where, it's just a group of the top teams in the country that want to be able to play each other year in and year out. And I think this year, Georgia Military has maybe turned a corner because they're always good. Yes. This year, I think maybe they've turned a little bit of a corner to where now they're the number 3 team in the country right now. And so, their only loss coming to Western by 1 in overtime in week 1 of the season. And so I think, both teams have kind of settled in and are better at what they're doing. And so we're excited to welcome them here and be able to play another, top 4 matchup. This will be the second one that we'll have faced in, 3 weeks. And, this is why we're here. This is what we want to do. And we will never shy away from, seeking out these opportunities because we want to play the best teams in the country. And so we're really looking forward to what's going to happen.
And if we look at head-to-head competition, I mean, they beat Lackawanna, close game, less than 7. I think it was a 5-point victory for them there. They lost, as you mentioned, to Iowa Western in overtime. But they've played good football, and they run the ball really well.
They do. They've got 3 backs and a quarterback that can all run the ball, and so they will look to, give us a heavy dose of their run game. I think part of our game plan is to try to get them to throw the ball a little more. I think that works in our favor. They have been pretty sound in all 3 phases of the game all season, and you go back to their only loss against Western. And not that you want to blame it on this. That game goes into overtime, and in the second to last play of regulation, Georgia Military lost their quarterback to a concussion, and so he had to go out. And from what I can deduct, when Georgia Military chose to go for 2 in the overtime, they ran a play that you could tell was probably more designed for their starting quarterback than their backup quarterback. And they came up just short, and you almost wonder if their starting quarterback isn't in there if they don't, punch that through. So, I mean, they're 1 point away from being probably the number 1 team in the country, if not the number 2 team in the country. And so, they rely heavily on that quarterback and those backs, and, our defense is going to have their work cut out for them. But I think I really like the matchup that our front 7 pose to them as well. I don't believe that they've seen a defensive front like ours. I mean, yes, they've played Western, but I still think that, when our defensive line is at full strength and playing to their best, that I think we probably have the best group in the country. And so we're looking forward to that matchup and kind of see what happens.
Now, we ought to mention, too, that, yes, they're very run-heavy, but their starting quarterback can throw the ball as well. He's very efficient, it looked like, from the stats that I've looked at.
Yeah, I think efficient is exactly the right way to describe him. They don't necessarily want to live in that, but I think what they've done is with their ability to run the ball so successfully, teams have had to, maybe add a guy here or there to the box. And so what that's done is that's freed up some of that stuff in the passing game. And so he's definitely capable of both. If I'd say this, if they throw the ball 30 times in this game, that's a good thing for us if we can get them out of that. If they're able to run the ball 50 times and only throw it 15, it could be, hopefully it's a low-scoring affair and goes rather quickly. But we're just excited. This is going to be a fun game. They have made a change on defense. We've seen the same defensive scheme out of them for the last 5 years. They hired a new defensive coordinator this offseason that came over from Dodge City, and so we do have some familiarity with him from playing Dodge last year. And so we're going to be, looking to try to do some things differently than we have in the past against them that have been successful offensively. And I think we have some matchup problems for them, especially on the outside. With Reggie and Shandon, I think we have the advantage out there. And so we're going to try to exploit that the best as we can in doing what we still do, right? We're still going to look to run the ball, and we're still going to be able to try to be as balanced as we can. But, I wouldn't be surprised if, you see those guys on the outside making some big plays for us.
All right. So last thing I was going to ask here, and I do this all the time, what do we need to watch, at least in that first half, to know if things are going according to plan?
Yeah. I think defensively, we can't give up a big play. They're going to be able to run the ball. They're going to run the ball. And so as long as we don't give up an explosive, I think we're going to be fine. Explosive is, 8 yards or more in the run game, 15 yards or more in the pass game. If we can eliminate those explosives from their offense and just, if they're going 3 and 4 yards at a time and we can hold them to field goals, I think that bodes well in our favor. If we can keep the ball, we had those 2 bad turnovers with those interceptions at Pacific Northwest, and it's like you hope that you don't do that. We also had the dang punt muff, right? So it ended up in 3 turnovers. Those are things that we've got to eliminate. And if we can keep the ball and maybe try to challenge them for time of possession, which that's going to be an interesting thing in and of itself too, because while they want to run the ball, we may want to speed up on offense and, let the cooler air and the elevation work to our benefit. And so I think, limiting their explosives, hanging onto the ball, and then if somehow, some way our defense or special teams can create a turnover here or there so that we can be positive in that, I think that will be very beneficial for us. And then, if we're looking at kind of, if you're going into halftime saying, okay, is this working? I think you will need to have seen, Reggie probably see the ball come his way 5 or 6 times, Shandon probably another 3 or 4 times on big explosive attempts. And hopefully those have been successful because we're going to look to, like I said, use that to our advantage because I think we're better out there on the perimeter than they are. And so we're going to try to take advantage of it.
All right, Coach, good luck. We'll talk to you at the beginning of the halftime show.
Sounds good. Thanks, Gary.
We'll be back with more on the Snow Pregame Show right after this.
Little Caesars of Ephraim and Nephi have expanded to a 3rd location in Gunnison, inside Gunnison Sinclair. Hours Monday to Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Come enjoy classics like crazy bread, cheese, pepperoni, and 3-meat treat pizzas. Little Caesars also offers wings, dip, soda, and an awesome family meal deal, including 2 liters of soda, pepperoni or cheese pizza, and a crazy combo for just $9.99. Come enjoy one of the best deals in America. Little Caesars, Ephraim, Nephi, and Gunnison.
Doesn't that sound relaxing? At Risk Managers, we want to help you always feel that relaxed. So when you hear this, or this, or this, you know that you're protected. Peace of Mind Insurance Solutions for individuals and businesses, so that you can always sit back and enjoy your drink.
And a good evening and welcome back to the Snow College pregame show. A reminder that Snow College is your community college. Join Snow on campus to cheer on your favorite teams. We ought to mention the volleyball team was victorious last night against the College of Southern Idaho in 3 straight. And victorious today over North Idaho College 3-1. So the Lady Badgers finishing the season fairly strong. Soccer teams on the road, and of course the great matchup here tonight with football, Snow College football against Georgia Military. Greg, let's quickly give some scores from some of the other games around the NJCAA. Lackawanna defeated Hawking College 67-12. It was College of DuPage over Sussex 58-21. Central Georgia Technical College over River City Prep 42-0. Blinn defeated Northeastern Oklahoma 42-20. It was Coffeyville over Ellsworth 72-7. Navarro defeated Cisco 30-24. Dodge City defeated Independence 23-20. Iowa Western over Garden City 38-0. And then the big upset, Butler knocking off Hutchinson Community College 27-22.
Huge. That's a huge game right there.
That is. And that's going to change a lot of that top 10 we looked at earlier.
Yeah. Yep. And the Badgers have an opportunity here. At least move up one if you come away with the victory over the number 3 Georgia Military. And this will be a fun one. I'm excited for this one. There's no 56-0,
no
80-0. That's not coming today, and it's fun to have that. And the crowd is ready for it as well. Huge crowd for homecoming night here in Ephraim.
Georgia Military won the coin toss. They elected to defer to the second half, and the Badgers will take the ball to start this game. One of the everybody's been asking me, what do you predict? What do you predict? I think this is going to be 3 points or less. I really do.
Yeah.
I think this could come down to a missed extra point, maybe a missed field goal. But you've got 2 teams that are very, very good on offense. You've got the number 1 offense in the country with Georgia Military, and you've got the number 2 offense with Snow College.
Oh, is it 1-2?
It is 1-2.
Okay, all right. And Georgia likes to run the ball. Coach Erikson talked about that in his pregame show, that if they go out and run 50-plus times in this game, that's a negative. If you're Snow, you got to make Georgia Military throw the ball and not just be able to run it down your throat. And like Coach Erikson said, Snow has that front 7 that can shut down a potent running game. So we'll see if they're able to do that tonight.
Yeah, they're going to have their work cut out for them. The quarterback for Georgia Military ran for 189 yards against Iowa Western. And he's not their best runner. And
Iowa Western is one of the best defenses as well. So to get close to 200 yards against them, that tells you something.
I agree. So this will be a fun one. We're still 30 seconds away from the kickoff here as the clock continues to count down. Badgers in their home orange pants, blue jerseys, and orange numbers. And Georgia Military maroon or red pants and white jerseys with the red helmets.
Just as a little bit of a comparison, you were just talking about that Iowa Western game for Georgia Military and the quarterback running for 180-plus yards. Snow as a team, 30 carries against Iowa Western for 108 yards. So that tells you what that Iowa Western defense is. So for the Bulldogs to be able to do that against Iowa Western, Snow's got to be on their game today defensively for sure.
And one of the things also that Coach Erikson talked about was time of possession. And with a team like Georgia Military, they're going to have more time of possession.
Yeah.
And the Badgers are going to try to speed things up. In fact, watch for this, Greg. We might not have a lot of time to talk in between. Snow likes to go to the line of scrimmage and then look to the sidelines and get the call. That's not going to happen in this game.
Oh.
When they run the I'm trying to remember what he called it.
The tempo offense, go fast, go hard.
He had a name for it, but yeah, okay. when they go to tempo, Donovan's going to get the play from the sidelines as they set up for the line of scrimmage. So he's going to be getting that call immediately. Apparently we have a cannon.
That was not an earthquake, ladies and gentlemen. That was a cannon right underneath the scoreboard over there. Wow.
High kick, end over end kick's going to be fielded at the 4-yard line. Badgers out to the 10, the 15. Have an opening at the 20, the 25, and taken down at about the 26-yard line. Is that Shandon King on the return for the Badgers?
Yeah, good return there by, I'm thinking that was Shandon King. Yeah, number 8. Good return, good blocking out there to get it close to the 30-yard line. First hit could have came about 10 yards sooner, and Shandon King made a guy miss and was able to get it out there. Good first field position for the Badgers.
So Donnie Smith will bring out the offense and get things started for Snow College. Badgers with 2 wideouts to the left, 2 wideouts to the right. DJ Overstreet in motion. Play action. Badgers going to take a shot downfield. They had Reggie Frischnick, who had a step on the defender, and they just overthrew him.
Boy, did he. That skinny post by Reggie Frischnick. And Reggie, kind of an interesting stat here. Snow's going to go quick, so I'll be quick here. Reggie, 10 touchdown catches this year. Only 1 game this year that he doesn't have at least 1 touchdown catch. That was against Butler, and that one could have been 6 right there.
That was close. Reggie comes back to the near side. 2 wideouts to the left, 1 wideout to the right. Tight end goes in motion. Back to passes Donnie. He's going to target again. And he's got DJ Overstreet, is it? I think it's going to be just short of the first down. Gain of about 9. It is DJ Overstreet. He's signaling first down, but it's not.
DJ's looking over here, pointing as a first down. Just short, but a nice catch. Great juke move after the catch.
So it's going to bring up a third down here on first possession by the Badgers. 2 wideouts to the left. Now a full house backfield with A.J. Tillman and Wilson. Wilson gets the handoff. Wilson, nice little move at the line of scrimmage. Did he get the first down? Yes, I think he barely did.
Yeah, you bet. Planted that right foot, came back to the left a little bit. If he would have just kept going right there, that would have been shut down. Plants that foot, cuts back, and gets just enough for a first.
Badgers now go with 3 wideouts split wide to the left. Shandon King wide to the right.
At the Snow College.
Donnie takes the snap, looks downfield, steps up in the pocket, now scrambles, throws on the move, and it's going to be picked off. And we've got a flag on the play, but this is probably going to stay as an interception. That's right in the area where you usually have holding.
Gosh, but if you watch this replay here, watch the guy that intercepted the ball for Georgia Military just run right through Reggie Frischnick, the intended receiver. I don't know if we'll see that replay. I'd like to see that.
Have we got the replay, Ira?
It's going to be a holding against the Badgers, and there's no other flag out there. I wanted to see if maybe he ran through Reggie before the ball got there. Let's see this.
Look to the left of the screen here as he rolls out, throws. Yeah,
tough to see there. It's tough to see if it was timed perfectly or a little bit early, but as it is, no flag on the field, so it's going to be 1st and 10 for Georgia Military.
And they have the ball at the Snow 32-yard line.
Wish I would have got that number on the pick. Give the
12.
kids some credit. Okay, 12 for Georgia Military. You've got Jordan McCray.
1st and 10, Georgia Military with the first turnover of the game. Takes it from the Badgers. Run game right straight ahead and a gain of maybe a yard or 2 at the very most. Looks like they're going to give him 2 to the 30.
Solomone Longe in there. One of the first Badgers to hit the running back. And it didn't even look like it was that much, man. A couple of yards there. It looked like they had him bottled up right at the line of scrimmage. But you'll take that. You'll take a 2-yard gain on first down if you're the Badgers.
And it looks like Georgia Military is going to line up quickly here now as well. Chip Cooper, the quarterback for Georgia Military, in the pistol formation. Long snap count. Hands it off, trying to get to the outside, breaking a tackle. That's going to be enough for the first down as he just keeps breaking tackles.
Wow.
On the carry that time is going to be Phillips Keenan. He's the running back from Bainbridge, Georgia.
I think that's Keenan Phillips there.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just had the last name and first name.
Oh, you're right.
There.
You're right. I forgot.
But a nice run by him to get a first down.
Handoff again, right in the middle of that line of scrimmage, and a gain of maybe 3 this time.
That was Phillips again. On that last run, when he made it to the outside, he did what A.J. Tillman did for Snow to get that first down. Plant that foot, cut up field.
It's going to be 2nd down and 7, a gain of 3 for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs in pistol formation. Keenan Phillips, the running back. On second down, long snap count. Play action this time and rolling out to the right. Now throwing back across the middle of the field. It's going to be caught short of the first down. Looks like about a yard short of the first down is all. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 1. So Georgia Military moving the ball against the Badgers after that turnover. Badgers picked up a first down and threw an interception, if you're just joining us. And Georgia Military got a short field starting at the Badger 32-yard line.
Badgers will bring in a 5th defensive lineman there. Colin Lewis comes running in. They'll bring out a defensive back, so a 5-man front here.
Chip Cooper at quarterback, pistol formation, high snap. Brings it down. He's going to keep it, and he is going to be swallowed up. Badgers just came right up the middle that time. And coming in to make the tackle for the Badgers is Tavita Tua.
Yeah, that high snap kind of threw the rhythm off for the Bulldogs. The Badgers were just in there so quick. I still don't think they would have got it. But a great defensive stand there by the Badgers to force the Bulldogs to try a field goal.
So on 4th down, this is going to be a 34-yard field goal attempt. And he's got the leg. I saw him kicking it 50 yards earlier during warm-ups. The kick is up. It's got plenty of distance. And Georgia Military is on the board first with a 32-yard field goal. And that makes it Georgia Military 3, Snow College nothing. We'll be back after this Central Valley Medical Center timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim, 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
Welcome back once again to Terry Foote Stadium, Robert L. Stoddard Field. Gary Chedester and Greg Sterner with you. Badgers trailing at 3-0 as they hold Georgia Military to a field goal after the interception. This kick is going to be taken at the 2-yard line to the 10, the 15. Hit there and not getting to the 20. It's going to be, where are they going to mark it? About the 14-yard line is where the Badgers will take over.
Got the 19.
Oh, 19, yes, thank you.
19-yard line there. If you're the Badger defense, you're pretty happy with how you did last time. Only gave up, just the 1 first down, if I'm right, or is that 2 first? I think just the 1 first down, after the interception, and then hold the Bulldogs to just 3. Now you got to get that offense going again. You had some things working there before that interception, which was kind of close to a PI on that interception. See if they can get going here. Good play.
Badgers on the handoff. That's going to be enough for the first down on that carry. Was that Matt Wilson?
Or was that Tillman? I'm trying to see in there.
Wilson.
Yeah, that was Wilson.
Nice run by Wilson and a good hole opening up for him as they brought DJ Overstreet in motion. And Wilson right between the tackles and picks up the first down. The Badgers going quickly here. Badgers going to hand it off again. Wilson going to break it to the outside. Wilson down the sidelines, going to be close to another first down. We'll see where they mark him out. It looks like it's going to be just short. So 2 great runs by Wilson for the Badgers.
And they are moving the sticks there.
Oh, they are. No.
Okay. Yeah, they were running up there on the 45, but you were right, Gary. You saw it right. You knew what you were talking about.
Matt Wilson with a gain of 9. It'll bring up 2nd and just 1. Man in motion again. Donnie back to pass. Going to throw the quick out. Caught by King. King gets away from that first tackle and turns it upfield. The Badgers are into Georgia Military territory. Another first down.
Yeah, I love to see a receiver like that just get past the sticks, see that you got soft coverage out there, turn around, the ball's right on the money, right as he turns.
Is that actually King, or is it? It was Shannon King, I believe, yeah.
Yes.
So 1st and 10 for the Badgers now inside of Bulldog territory at the 48. Another quick pass, another quick out. This one is going to be wrestled down after a gain of maybe 4.
Yeah, and if defensive backs are going to sit back like that, give your receivers a little bit of cushion. They're not wanting to get beat over the top. Just do that. Little 4-yard, 5-yard out on first down. Great throw as long as your quarterback can put it on the hands of the receiver, which Donnie Smith is doing so far on this drive.
Little different formation here as they've got Wilson deep behind Donnie Smith here on second down. Handoff is going to go to Wilson. Wilson finds a little bit of a hole, lowers the shoulder. He's going to pick up about 2, maybe 3 yards.
There was decent blocking there up to the line of scrimmage, and then that was AJ. Was that Matt Wilson? Excuse me.
Matt Wilson.
Yeah, Matt Wilson all on his own. Those last 3 or 4 yards to bring up third and pretty short. Shouldn't say very short. Very short would be a yard or so.
This is going to be 3.
Third and manageable.
Yep.
How's that?
I'll take that. At the 41-yard line, 3rd and 3. Tight end goes in motion. Now the Badgers are going to reset here. With 8 seconds on the play clock, they need to be hurrying a little bit. 2 wide out, split wide to the right. Handoff goes straight ahead. Wilson. Wilson has the first down before he's even hit. Bounces off everybody and then picks up the first down.
You put big Caden Eggett, your tight end, in that H-back position right behind the left tackle. Have him pull over to the right and then run right behind where that hole is made from him pulling over and lead blocking through that hole. Good job by Matt Wilson to read that and follow him.
Badgers pick up a big first down now inside the 35-yard line. Eggett, the tight end, still in that H-back position. Again goes in motion left to right. Donnie's going to throw to the end zone. It's going to be over the head of Frischnick, incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if they were on the wrong page between Reggie and Donnie that time, because that wasn't where Reggie was at all. I mean, that was. I don't know if Donnie thought he was going to go on more of a streak route and Reggie came inside. And there was double coverage out there, so you can see the Bulldogs are really focusing on Reggie Frischnick.
Do you blame them at all?
No, 10 touchdowns. Yeah.
3 wide out, split wide to the right for the Badgers. 2nd and 10. They get Georgia Military to jump off sides. You got a free play. You're going to the end zone. Over everybody, incomplete. I think you got a free play. It looked like Georgia Military jumped, but were they drawn off sides? We'll wait and see.
Should have stopped it if it was a false start on the Badgers, but we'll see. Yeah, that's
so offsides is the penalty, so the Badgers will have 2nd and 5 now. Not a bad idea. Take a shot at the end zone when you believe you have a free play like that.
Yeah, the Aaron Rodgers special. He's patented that, man.
Frischnick to the left side of the formation. Trip split wide to the right. Handoff is going to go to Wilson again. Wilson hit in the backfield. Is going to struggle forward for a gain of maybe a yard.
Really the first poor running play of the night for the Badgers, really. Both A.J. Tillman and Matt Wilson have done great things running the ball. With 3rd and 4, so you're in 4-down territory here for sure.
Badgers have been averaging 7 yards a carry so far.
So do you run it twice here?
Yes.
You know, whether you get it or not? Yeah.
I do, but I'm not the play caller.
Yeah.
Let's call a 3rd and a long 4, a short 5 here. Eggett goes in motion. Now stops on the left side of the formation. Handoff is going to go straight ahead.
Boy.
Oh, what a...
Tillman just running over guys.
A.J. Tillman just lowering the shoulder and powering his way, and they're going to say, yep, that's enough for a first down.
Yeah, that's the safe play. Run that little off tackle to the left side. Let A.J. Tillman run over a couple of guys for the last yard or two and move those sticks.
Now, the left side is where the Badgers have had some changes that we talked about, moving a tackle down to the guard position to cover for Nate Weifinkel, who is injured. Badgers going to run it again. And this time a hole in the middle, and A.J. Tillman is going to pick up maybe 4 yards, close to 5.
Just kind of snuck his way in there, didn't he? Just kind of got lower below those, giants on the offensive line for the Badgers and snuck in for a few yards.
I know on the pregame, Coach Erikson talked about throwing the ball to the outside, but I like the running game so far.
It's working.
Badgers on 2nd down and 6. Low snap, again a flag on the play. Donnie gets away, Looks, throws into the end zone. Had a man there, but he overthrew him. Incomplete.
Man, he's had a couple of guys tonight and just is not able to complete those passes, Gary. And that's, again, one of those free plays where the flag comes out on an offsides against the defense. And Donnie had him in the corner. Trying to see who that was out there. I think that was 82. Was that Cale McCoy out there?
Yeah. So offsides is the call. It's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Drew Patterson is checked in, so it's Matt Wilson and Drew Patterson in the backfield on either side of Donnie Smith. Donnie, low snap. It looked like they were going to try to snap it directly to Patterson. That was a weird play right from the get-go. Let's see if we can see the instant replay on that. I don't know if that was a design play to go direct snap to Patterson.
Yeah, definitely. Either that or it just bounced funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Badgers, no gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1. Same formation here. You got Patterson to the left of Smith and Matt Wilson to the right. Handoff to Wilson. Wilson hit in the backfield. Not much there. Tries to make something happen, but he's going to lose 2 yards. It's going to be 4th and 2. Now, do you kick the field goal and tie this up or go for it?
I think if you're confident in your field goal team, you kick the field goal. That would be my opinion. Tie it up. But I don't think that's what the Badgers are going to do. I'm just saying that's what I would do.
You just lost 3 yards, so now you lost 2 yards. It's going to be 4th and 3. And the running game looked really good until right there, those last couple of plays.
Last 2 plays, yep.
Georgia Military has really toughened up against the run.
They're taking their time, 15-12 on the play clock here.
And they're not even close to getting a playoff. Now they're showing some urgency with 5 on the play clock.
Tight formation up here, tight coverage on Reggie Frischnick.
Donnie throws it underneath, and they're not going to get it. That pass was thrown to Eggett, and good job defensively coming up and making the play was Jeremiah Burks, a freshman linebacker out of LaGrange, Georgia.
So both of these teams now have gotten stout when they needed to down inside with their backs against the end zone. For Georgia Military, it ended up in 3 points. Badgers tried going for it on 4th down, not able to get it, and put the Bulldogs at the 14-yard line, where they'll have 1st and 10. And that one's frustrating. Because like you mentioned, just running right down the field, Gary, and then a couple of plays and you can't get a 1st down on, what was it, 2nd and short?
2nd and 1.
Yeah.
Badgers got into the red zone but stalled the drive, and now Georgia Military takes over on their own 14-yard line after holding on downs. Pass play for Georgia Military. Pass is going to be way off the mark, incomplete.
Yeah, that kind of surprises me on 1st down. Trying to catch the Badgers off guard there. As we've mentioned quite a bit, Georgia Military much more of a running team than a passing team. But
well, this time starting deeper in their own territory.
Yeah.
But all the more reason maybe to run. Yeah. Cooper at quarterback. 2nd down and 10 now for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs go with 2 wide out split, wide to the left, 1 wide out to the right. Cooper's going to hand it off right in the middle of the field and breaking tackles and picking up about 5 yards. Make it 4 yards out to the 19. Actually, even closer to the 20, but gain of 4. I'm going to say 3rd and 6 here. Big 3rd down for the Badger defense.
Yeah, Trevin Kitchen with the carry that time for the Bulldogs. Good run on 2nd down, but you still, with the incomplete pass on 1st down, it's kind of a passing down now.
Keith Johnson split wide to the right for the Bulldogs. 2 wide outs to the left. Cooper with a single setback now brings a wide out in motion. Cooper back to pass, under some pressure, flushed out of the pocket. This is what the Badgers didn't want to see happen. And he's got the 1st down, but fumbles it. The Badgers pick it up, and the Badgers have caused a turnover. Let's see if they're going to say he's down or not. Nope, they're saying it came loose. Georgia Military wants him down on the ground, obviously, but now we have a flag on the play as well.
Flag in the backfield. I'm assuming this is a holding. And I'm trying to get that number that picked it up for the Badgers. I got 25, but we don't have a 25 on the roster.
Oh, that ball was definitely loose. Oh, they called the penalty on the Badgers. Unbelievable. I didn't see what the call was,
Gosh,
though.
I was looking down at my numbers, too. I apologize.
I was, too.
Everybody that's watching on YouTube knows, except the two guys that are talking into the microphone, so we apologize.
First down on
penalty. 15-yarder, yeah, so it must have been a personal foul in the backfield.
Boy, that is costly. The Badgers had the turnover, and it's taken away because of the penalty. And that's going to give the Bulldogs the first down out to the 32-yard line.
34, yeah, 15-yard penalty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They were standing at the 32. I thought that's where they were going to mark it. Now they're going to move to the 34, as Greg mentioned. Now they're trying to explain things to Coach Zach Erikson on the sidelines.
Yeah, and when the quarterback evacuates like that, you don't see. I mean, usually that's a roughing the passer penalty, but obviously he ran out. So they're moving 15 yards, and now is there two? Is there two on Sportsman Rights?
How can you mark it from there? That's where the Badgers.
So do you have one
at the end of the run? You can't.
Play?
There is no end of the run because he turned the ball over.
Yeah.
There is no end of the run when you turn the ball over.
Wow.
Oh my goodness,
so
that is crazy.
During the play, 15-yard penalty, and then an after the play 15-yard penalty, 30 yards out to the 49 for the Bulldogs.
Man in motion from the slot position.
Wow.
Quarterback's going to pitch it at the last second down the sidelines. On the carry is going to be Trenton Smith, and that's going to be close to the first down. A gain of 8. It'll bring up 2nd and 2.
Coach Erikson is unhappy about something.
Well, how can you tack that on to the end of the run when it's a turnover at the end of the run?
Yeah.
The ball was fumbled. There is no end of the run.
Yeah.
You have to go back to the line of scrimmage or it's, well, anyway. 2nd down and 2. Georgia Military back into Badger territory here. Cooper going to hand it off, trying to get to the outside, gets the corner, turns it upfield, and that's going to be enough for the first down.
Yeah, and 5-man front for the Badgers again. So you've got 3 defensive linemen with their hands on the ground, and then those 2 on the outside. You can't give up the outside if you're going to go with a 5-man defensive front. You got to at least turn it back inside. So somebody has to get that outside contain on that right side defensively.
Georgia Military now deep into Badger territory at the 31-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10. Cooper in the pistol formation, a single setback behind him. High snap, he's going to keep it. The setback becomes the lead blocker, and he's going to gain 2 to the 29-yard line.
Jesse Wilson in on that one for the Badgers. Called his name all season long. Great defensive lineman for them, for the Badgers.
Tua also in there, it looked like. So a gain of 2. A wide out to the left, a wide out to the right for the Bulldogs. Tight end is going to be at the H-back position on that left side. Is coming up to signal the line is Chip Cooper. Cooper, long snap count. Play action, going to roll to the right. He's under pressure, throws, nobody there.
Yeah, he's out of the pocket there. Snow fans are wanting a intentional grounding because nobody was there. The defensive back out here for Snow, again, that's 25. We don't have a 25.
I think that's Ty Smith.
Okay, Ty Smith out there read it well. He saw that was a post corner. They were trying to go to the corner of the end zone, or the front corner. But great defensive play by the defensive backs there.
It's going to bring up a big 3rd down here for the Badger defense, trying to hold and force Georgia Military to kick a field goal here, but depending on how much they get, they might turn it into 4-down territory. 2 wideouts to the left, the H-back to the left. Cooper's going to hand it off, breaking a tackle behind the line of scrimmage, turning upfield, still on his feet, breaks another tackle, and that's going to be enough for the first down. What a great run that time by number 8, Keenan Phillips again.
Looked like Solomoni Longi had him in the backfield, and he just steps out of that tackle. And then he's able to get 2nd, 3rd level into the defensive secondary before he's brought down.
1st and 10. Well, the chain crew just dropped it, saying almost like you do when you have 1st and goal, but the ball is outside of the 10. High snap again. Cooper's going to keep it. Try that left side. He's going to be hit and taken down, but not until he picks up about 6 yards.
Yeah, that's just a quarterback power. That's just saying we've got more blockers than you've got defenders. We're going to run our quarterback behind our running backs as lead blockers and get a few yards on first down.
Second down, and the Badgers are going to take a timeout. We're going to take a timeout as well. This is a Central Valley Medical Center timeout. From orthopedics to pediatrics, you can trust CVMC. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
Visits to the dentist cause great anxiety and fear in some people, further jeopardizing oral and overall health. This is Dr. Douglas. We not only deliver optimal dental care, we make you comfortable while we do it.
Douglas Dentistry's patients love listening to music or watching a movie during treatment. Some patients prefer nitrous oxide or laughing gas or conscious sedation.
Call Douglas Dentistry today, 283-3800. That's 283-3800. Find us on Facebook or click on douglasdentistry.ephraim.com.
A sweep, and coming up and making a big hit for the Badgers. You got that?
Yeah, Antonio Abram there, number 33, big old hit. Just kind of a wildcat formation there with your running back taking the direct snap.
And that's going to be the end of the first quarter of play. Snow College Badgers trailing the number 3 team in the nation, the Georgia Military College Bulldogs, 3-0. We'll be back with the start of the second quarter right after this 1-minute timeout.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Little Caesars of Ephraim and Nephi have expanded to a third location in Gunnison, inside Gunnison Sinclair. Hours Monday to Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Come enjoy classics like crazy bread, cheese, pepperoni, and 3 meat treat pizzas. Little Caesars also offers wings, dip, soda, and an awesome family meal deal, including 2 liters of soda, pepperoni or cheese pizza, and a crazy combo for just $9.99. Come enjoy one of the best deals in America. Little Caesars, Ephraim, Nephi, and Gunnison.
Welcome back to Robert L. Stoddard Field. Gary Chedester and Greg Sterner with you as we start the second quarter. Georgia Military knocking on the door of the end zone here. They have it 3rd and about 4 from inside the Badger 10-yard line. Looks like they're going to go again with the Wildcat formation here. And it's going to be a sweep to the right. And they got the corner, end zone touchdown. Well, you think the Badgers would make an adjustment on that. They didn't, and I think it's Keenan Phillips gets into the end zone.
Yeah, you wondered if maybe there'd be a holding on the outside, because how do you let them get the edge on that type of a formation? Just you can see it's going to be a run formation. It's tight. There is no wide. There is no wide outs. This is as old school of a formation as you can, and just a wildcat formation, running back taking the direct snap and following his lead blockers to the outside.
Extra point coming up here. So I was told that it was a face mask on the penalty. The extra point is up and good, and Georgia Military leads it by a score of 10-0 on the very first play of the second quarter. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this 30-second timeout.
My name's Jared Livingston. I grew up in Sanpete County, Utah. I remember going down to the feed company back in the little offices there, got my first loan through Utah Heritage Credit Union. And ever since then, fell in love with the personal atmosphere that you get with a local credit union. Been there ever since I was a little kid to today, whether we're dealing with an auto loan or just cashing a check. They're right there every time we need them.
Badgers will be set to receive the kickoff here, as Georgia Military is now up 10-0 over the Snow College Badgers at the start of the second quarter. Badgers have basically 2 turnovers, an interception that led to 3 points, and then turned it over on downs that turned into a touchdown for Georgia Military. Shandon King with a great return.
B.J. Inman that time.
Oh, yeah, it is Inman.
Yeah, oh, what is he doing there, throwing the ball, dude?
I don't know, but that's going to be another penalty. You got to check your emotions.
Yeah, B.J. Inman, man, did he hit the gas quick going up the field?
Got all the way out to the 39-yard line, but that's going to come back.
Yeah, he was 0 to 60 in just a couple of seconds there getting up the field. But then, like you say, after he was brought down, he just stands up and throws the ball to the official, and it's going to be a 15-yard penalty back to the 24 or so.
So nullify a great return, and you end up with poor field position. Well, actually, they're only going to call it a delay of game.
Calling that a delay of game. Okay.
Well, what a break.
That's a big break for the Badgers, only back to the 34. Save yourself 10 yards on that penalty, a 5-yard penalty instead of 15.
That's something I want to look at here is penalties so far on the Badgers. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. Smith going to hand it off in the backfield, and nothing there at all. Why, how? I'm going to show my ignorance here. The Badgers moved the ball so well on the ground, and has Georgia Military made the adjustments? Or
be watching for that. You wanted to check the penalties? The Badgers in the first quarter only had 1 for 30 yards. Did you know there's a 30-yard penalty now, Gary?
I did not.
That is your stat man, Drayson Ball, being just as confused as we are as how you can have...
2nd and 10. Donnie back to pass, flushed out of the pocket, still on his feet. Now he's going to run, outran his blockers. He's down the sidelines, makes a nice move, and taken out of bounds at the 40. Nice run by Donnie Smith.
And he didn't want to run that time. He was staying back there behind the sticks so he could find somebody open, but then he decided, hey, if you're going to give me this green grass, I'll take it up the sideline, and boy, did he, into Bulldog territory. Look at that little fake right there by Donnie Smith. And then up the sideline.
Made a nice move at about the 50-yard line and steps through a tackle. And the Badgers, their biggest play from the line of scrimmage. Shotgun formation. Donnie back to pass. Going to throw the quick out. It's low, and they're going to say caught.
Oh, did he get it?
They're going to say he has it.
Oh,
I thought he dropped it.
Yeah.
But they're going to give him the catch.
Yeah, Stephen Sellers out there. Oh, they are going to. Are they saying complete? Yeah, okay.
Complete for a gain of 5.
Yeah, that was another one of those quick routes where Stephen Sellers just turns around, but Donnie Smith a little low on that pass, but they make it work.
Handoff trying the left side of the formation, and that is going to be no gain. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
So if you're the Badgers, you may have to go to that quick passing game here because the Bulldogs are selling out on the run. They're not letting Matt Wilson or A.J. Tillman that time get any yards.
You're right, that is A.J. Tillman. The Badgers tried to pull a guard that time, and it just didn't work. Big 3rd down here for the offense, who has moved the ball but not got any points on the board to show for it. 3rd and 5. Shotgun formation, trip split wide to the right. Reggie Frischnick, the lone wide out to the left. Trips to the near side. Donnie back to pass. Going to throw the quick out to Reggie Frischnick. Makes the catch, and that's enough for the 1st down.
I don't know if you saw my hand, Gary. That was me saying, Reggie, come back. Reggie, they're giving him so much room. Just run that little. I didn't think they were even going to go that far. That's like a 15-yard button hook. But normally you see that 5 or 6 yards there, but they're giving him so much room. Just run that little precision pass to the outside, and they did it perfectly right there.
Now they're up tight on Reggie on that far side. Eggett in motion, or is that Cash Kayo? Handoff goes to the right, and not much there for A.J. Tillman. maybe back to the line of scrimmage is all.
And not to focus too much on Reggie Frischnick here, but, I've called a lot of games of Reggie Frischnick's, and I've seen a lot of teams try to play him tight with no safety over the top, and I've seen a lot of teams get burnt. So it'll be interesting to see if they recognize that and send Reggie deep here. Because there is no safety over the top help. They are just jamming him right at the line of scrimmage.
Cash Kayo in motion from right to left, the tight end. Donnie back to pass, looks to the right, stays to the right, now throws to the end zone and overthrows the intended receiver, DJ Overstreet.
Gosh, Donnie's just been a little bit too long on a bunch of these passes. You got a receiver maybe with half a step, but he's just been a little bit long. Got to tone that down. Give your receiver a chance.
But at the same time, better long than short.
We've talked about that, you and I have, you bet. But I think there's been 3 or 4 now where the receiver has had a step, and you got to give him a chance here.
Maybe get a little more air under it. Let him run under it.
Yep.
A.J. Tillman on the right-hand side of Donnie Smith. Donnie back to pass, looks to the left, throws out there. It's going to be knocked away. Great coverage on Reggie Smith.
That was good coverage outside. I'm thinking that's number 8 defensively. We've been calling the offensive all the time, but Jorian Haynes that time, and he read that.
Perfect.
He gave Reggie Frischnick some cushion. Didn't want to get beat over the top like we've been talking about, but he saw Reggie turning, and he made a break on that ball right when Reggie turned.
Is it time for a double move?
Does that set up a double move later on? You have that little curl.
I say you come back with it
go right over
now.
the top. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I'm agreeing with you.
We have the same thought here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Badgers looking to the sidelines here. Play clock all the way down to 7. Are they going to take a timeout? Yes, they are. Badgers are going to take a timeout. We'll take the timeout as well. It's a Central Valley Medical Center timeout from orthopedics to pediatrics. You can trust CVMC. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
In the fast-paced world we live in, every second counts. Whether it's staying productive in your home office or enjoying entertainment with no buffering. With CentraWave from Centracom, experience ultra-fast, next-generation, reliable internet that keeps your whole family connected. CentraWave by Centracom. Fast, reliable, everywhere. Get connected today. Visit www.centracom.com/CentraWave or call 1-800-427-8449.
Welcome back once again to Terry Foote Stadium. Gary Chedester and Greg Stern are with you. Homecoming night here at Snow College with the S lit up on the hillside.
Beautiful. Looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, they've got some solar lights up there. They've been working on that for 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
To get that to work properly, and it looks good up there.
Yeah, that looks neat.
The only thing that make it look better is a Badger win here tonight.
That's right.
Badgers go with Frischnick split wide to the right, trips to the near side of the field. You've got DJ Overstreet. You've got Shandon King. And in the backfield, I think you've got A.J. Tillman. Overstreet in motion. Back to passes Donnie on 4th down. Has time. Throws it. Got a man there. That's enough for the first down. DJ Overstreet, who came underneath Reggie.
Yep,
Reggie cleared it out.
Exactly. Took that safety that was over the top, got him out of there, and DJ Overstreet ran a perfect route. And good job by Donnie Smith not to try and take too much there and throw it into double coverage to Reggie going towards the end zone. Just take that first down and live to play another set of downs here.
Badgers inside the 15-yard line. 1st and 10. Snap, handoff. And I'm not sure who it was. A.J. Tillman. A.J. Tillman breaks a tackle and picks up, about 5 yards?
Great second effort that time. I'm trying to see where that tackle came from, but I'm thinking that was coming from that outside linebacker that's just coming down the line right when he sees that it's a run.
2nd and 5. Handoff straight ahead again. Tillman breaks it to the outside. Tillman to the end of the end zone. Touchdown. A.J. Tillman finds an opening and outruns the defense to the corner of the end zone.
And then poses with the Snow College cameraman there. Good job by Tillman to realize where that front pylon was and just aim for that. Reach the ball out over it even though he's going out of bounds and get into the end zone. That changes the game right now.
Snow gets their first points on the board now. Extra point coming up here to try to cut that lead to 3. The snap is good. The placement's good. The kick is up, and the kick is good. The Badgers have cut that deficit down to 3, 10-7, as the Badgers get into the Mountain America Credit Union end zone. Mountain America Credit Union guiding you forward with affordable financial services and expert advice. Details available at macu.com. Check that Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard. Utah Heritage Credit Union for auto, ATV, mortgage, and new home construction loans. Georgia Military 10, Badgers 7. We'll keep it right here. Badgers to kick it off.
I was watching some college football today, Gary. And you turn on the mothership, as Dan Patrick would say, ESPN. The media timeouts just about kill you.
Oh boy,
that's the one thing I like about these games, man. Oh boy, you'll have a touchdown, media timeout, kickoff, media timeout, 3 minutes in between two plays. Oh, it just about kills you. So we hope you're enjoying this tonight, folks.
Kickoff is going to be fielded. No, they're going to let it carry into the end zone, and Georgia Military will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Badgers good on the first on that very first drive, held Georgia Military to just a 32-yard field goal after they had taken over in snow territory. Need to get back to that here. Try to get a turnover or at least make Georgia Military punt and get down the field and take the lead going into the halftime.
Well, the touchdown drive was helped by a strange call.
30-yard penalty?
Yeah, I'm still scratching my head.
There obviously had to have been 2 penalties there, but no one up here in the booth knows what it was.
Man in motion. Handoff, breaking a tackle in the backfield and getting a gain of 2. And again, the Badgers getting in that backfield, but unable to make the tackle.
Yeah, that time number 6 was the running back there, Traquan Jones. And all those running backs for Georgia Military do a great job at avoiding that first hit.
Injured Badger on the field.
Is it Keaton Rosequist?
So with the score 10-7 for Georgia Military, we're going to take the timeout here with the injury, and we will be back in just a moment.
At MTCC, we're more than just internet people. We're the connecting your life people. For the past 115 years and counting, MTCC has been the local industry leader in connecting people and businesses by providing professional service with the best options in technology. If you need phone, TV, or internet service for your home or business, come see the experts at MTCC. Call or text us today at 435-835-2929. MTCC, connecting your life since 1907.
In the days of the Mountain Men, Cache Valley, Utah became a central gathering place for trappers and explorers. They named it Cache because it was there they would store their goods and come together to trade and connect. This spirit of community continues today at Cache Valley Bank with locations and services throughout Utah, including 3 branches right here in San Pete County. They're Central Utah's financial outfitter. No matter your mountain, they want to see you reach the top. Cache Valley and Central Utah are rooted in grand expeditions. Let's keep that heritage alive together. Discover Cache Valley Bank. Mountains await. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people. And many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years. And there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
I thought there was only one way to do college. I knew I needed training to set me up for a great career, but I didn't have 4 years. Snow helped me discover that college doesn't have to be about sitting in classes, counting down the hours. They showed me a way to get the edge I needed, and fast. The best part was with their low-cost programs and tuition assistance, I didn't have to go into debt. I was able to earn my certificate and start working right away. Snow College. This is college.
And welcome back, as Junior Kafusi is the injured player for the Badgers, and he refuses to be helped off, but also is not putting any weight at all on that right ankle.
Boy, that hurts.
Or right leg.
God, one of the best defensive players for the Badgers this whole season. He's one of those where we kind of joke sometimes about how we say the same kids' names constantly, and he's one of those guys. If there's a big play on defense, he's usually somewhere in the middle of it.
And he's going right to the injury tent. So 2nd down and 9 here for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs go with a full backfield now behind Cooper. Cooper steps up, now comes back, brings a man in motion from left to right. Handoff is going to try that right side, right where Kafusi was. And that's going to be a gain, maybe 2?
Yeah. Badgers doing well so far. They've got those kind of slow developing little kind of mesh plays, that the new spread option that you get all through college football, where the quarterback has the chance to bring it back out, take it around the outside, reads the defense, tries to hand it off to the running back going up the middle. He just waits to see where the blocks line up.
Badgers with only 3 down linemen here on this 3rd and long. Play action. Cooper back to pass. Now he's going to be flushed out of the pocket. The Badgers have a spy, but they can't get to him, and Cooper's going to dive for the 1st down.
Yeah, you see out there for the Badgers, Matyra Brown kind of read that well, but good job by the quarterback to just make a little juke move, get to the outside, get enough for a 1st down.
That's a mismatch no matter how you look at it. Matyra Brown out there on an island all by himself trying to guard Chip Cooper.
Yeah.
So 1st down, single setback now in the backfield with Cooper. 1st down at the 36-yard line. Cooper pass blocked at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, beautiful blitz that time. Was that Cuthbertson?
I think it is. Yes.
Yeah. Brian Cuthbertson, you see, you just saw that kind of that hesitating blitz from the outside, and then came hard off the outside. Nobody there to pick him up. Gets his hand up, knocks that one down.
Cooper, I was going to say leading in rushing, but I guess not.
Today?
Yeah.
I would think that would be Keenan Phillips, but I'm not looking at the live stats.
I am, and I don't even see his name on there.
Okay.
I think they've got the wrong player in there because of the double numbers. Cooper's going to keep it on the option. Cooper gets the 1st down out near Badger territory.
Yeah, if he's not the leading rusher before that run, he is now. If it's showing Anthony Carter, that's the number 3 on defense. So, yeah, Chip Cooper, that's tough. You got to have somebody that keys on the quarterback. You can't just focus on the running back.
1st and 10 into Badger territory. 2nd 1st down on this drive for the Bulldogs. I see what my problem is. For some reason, I've got things backwards here. Handoff straight ahead, again waiting for those blocks to open up and just picking his way for a gain of 4.
Yeah, I think that again is Traquan Jones, number 6, right? Am I seeing that right?
Yep,
kind of a bundled up jersey. Traquan Jones, he does a good job to let those blocks happen in front of him. He's not in a hurry to hit the hole, but as soon as the block happens, then he goes and hits it. And those Georgia military, those boys up front, they got some size.
And they stay on their block for a long, long time.
Yeah, they got some big guys there on the offensive line.
2nd down and 6. Badgers showing blitz. Cooper back to pass, throws, got a man open. Caught in Badger territory, wrestled down at about the 39-yard line.
Jalen Flood with the reception that time. The flag comes in. Yeah, flag comes in late. Good pocket there by the offensive line for Cooper. Just sit in the pocket. You had that blitz coming for the Badgers, but he can sit in the pocket and deliver the ball where he needs to.
Is this going to be another 15-yard penalty against the Badgers? It is against the Badgers. What are they going to call here? Face masking. Did not see that.
Mm.
2 for 35, and then add another 15-yard penalty on here. This is something that the Badgers need to work on.
So tough because you want to play with that aggressiveness. You want to play with that little bit of nastiness. But
1st and 10 inside the 25-yard line. Georgia military moving it right up the field on the Badgers. Cooper keeps it. follows the running back and stays on his feet, and now another flag comes in. But that's going to be enough for another Georgia Military first down.
Cooper's got the wheels of a little slot back or a running back. And again, this is just leading with your running back through the hole, following him. He picks up that first block. Are they saying no foul?
flag?
Is that what they said? Okay.
Oh, my goodness. Well, then why are they moving forward?
But you would have had Cuthbertson stop the quarterback right at the line of scrimmage, but he follows his running back who picks up that initial block right at the line of scrimmage that kind of breaks it open for him.
First and goal for the Bulldogs inside the Badger 10-yard line. Badgers have been unable to stop the run on this drive. Cooper in the backfield, 2 wide out, split wide to the right. Handoff straight ahead. The Badgers this time swallow it up.
A few Badgers there trying to get that number. Was it 42? I think the first one in there. Easton Cook. Defensive lineman in there with the big hit. And if you're the Badgers, you're hoping for a field goal try here. Keep them out of the end zone.
That's one of the keys, not a key, but one of the things that Coach Zach Erikson talked about, holding Georgia Military to field goals and not giving up the touchdowns.
Yeah, this would be a time to do that.
Second down and goal inside the 10-yard line. A single setback. Now men in motion. Handoff straight ahead, bouncing off the first hit, staying on his feet. Ball is loose on the ground. Georgia Military says they have it. And that'd be an interesting play because they fumbled the ball forward.
Oh, they're saying the
Badgers have it. Oh, that is huge.
You know,
who comes up with it?
Yeah, I want to see that if we can see it. Are they changing it?
Who is it? Who came off the bottom of there? Is that Inman?
I saw Titan Saxon coming out of there pretty excited, but...
Wow.
Huge play there for the Badgers.
Well, you don't like starting in your own 5-yard line, but it's a lot better than giving up points.
Boy, is it 5 minutes left here in the first half, and the Badgers have a chance to go down and tie or possibly take the lead with a touchdown.
Badgers are going to go with trip split wide to the right. And 2 tight end formation here for the Badgers. Hand off to Wilson. Wilson trying to find a bit of an opening and gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that is about all.
Yeah, and the Badger running backs are kind of trying to do the similar thing to what Georgia Military is and just let those blocks set up. The blocks just aren't getting set up here, and there's really nowhere for those running backs to go, and that was Patterson that time and stopped right at the line of scrimmage, maybe even a short loss.
You're right, Patterson in the backfield on the left-hand side of Donnie Smith. Badgers now go with 2 wideouts to the right, 2 wideouts to the left. Donnie's going to look to the sidelines here with 12 seconds on the play clock. Donnie takes the pass, throws the quick out. Pass is going to be caught, and not much there. I really think it's time for that double move because that's exactly what Georgia Military is doing. Giving up the room, but breaking as soon as that receiver turns around. Reggie Frischnick on the catch for a gain of 2. Big third down here. You don't want to give the ball back because Georgia Military will have good field position. Donnie Smith on third down. 4 minutes remaining in the game. 12 seconds on the play clock. Badgers with trip split wide to the right. Now the Badgers have 2 wideouts to the left, empty backfield, and timeout is going to be taken by Snow College. We'll take the timeout as well. Checking that Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard as we go. 3:50 remaining here in the first half. Snow College 7, Georgia Military 10. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
We are all part of a team. Whether you are the quiet hero or the newest recruit, the steady anchor or the moral support, your team needs you. At Intermountain Health, San Pete Valley Hospital, we want to be part of your team. Partner with us on your health and continue to be a game changer for your teammates.
In the days of the mountain men, Cache Valley, Utah became a central gathering place for trappers and explorers. They named it Cache because it was there they would store their goods and come together to trade and connect. The spirit of community continues today at Cache Valley Bank with locations and services throughout Utah, including 3 branches right here in San Pete County. They're Central Utah's financial outfitter. No matter your mountain, they want to see you reach the top. Cache Valley and Central Utah are rooted in grand expeditions. Let's keep that heritage alive together. Discover Cache Valley Bank. Mountains await. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Big third down here for the Badgers. 3rd and short 9. Donnie Smith back to pass, goes over the middle, got a man there. What a great catch. Is that Overstreet?
Look at the hands there by DJ Overstreet. Reaching back, Donnie Smith. And credit to Donnie Smith, too. He had to fit that into a window, but DJ had to go back and grab that one, and that was a fastball. Great catch to move the sticks there. Even if you don't go score here, just move those sticks is huge.
Yeah, I agree. Donnie going to roll out to the right, buy some time, throws to Shandon King, and King lets it go right through his hands.
I mean, I'm not trying to laugh, but it's just funny that the last one was a tough one, and then this one was right on his hands, and he was just thinking about that next move. Probably wouldn't have been a huge gain anyway, but...
That's going to stop the clock with 3:18 remaining. Badgers trail by 3, 10-7, as we check that Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard. Badgers did score on their last possession. Donnie back to pass, looks over the middle, throws a really tight one into the opening there for Shandon King, who then picks up about 5 yards on his own. It's going to bring up 3rd and short.
Ooh, why'd they move that ball back so far?
I don't know. So 3rd and a long 1, a short 2 here for the Badgers.
And I didn't look down at our screen quick enough to watch the replay, but it looked like he had another yard or so there, but they moved that ball back.
Full backfield. Handoff goes to Wilson. I think, is that Wilson? Wilson or AJ? It is Wilson, and he's got the first down.
Yeah, good blocking that time by the offensive line on the left side to get Matt Wilson just enough to move the sticks.
Matt Wilson with the carry.
So you're seeing Georgia Military bringing back more defensive backs, kind of a nickel or a dime type formation. Let's see if they switch out of that. Yeah, really just one linebacker. Maybe that's an outside linebacker over to the left side here.
1st and 10 for the Badgers at the 35-yard line. Smith back to pass, has time, now flushed out of the pocket, throws at the last second. That's going to be a gain of 5. Patterson on the catch. And that's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. We're going to take the 2-minute warning right here. Check that score once again. Georgia Military 10, Badgers 7. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
I'm J.L. Larson.
I'm Sarah Larson.
We're the owners and operators of Freedom Ford in Gunnison, Utah. We've been in business now for 38 years. Of those 38 years, we've done business with Utah Heritage Credit Union for over 20 of them. Even our kids have savings accounts there.
Utah Heritage is a great staple to San Pete County. Homegrown credit union here that has helped, I believe, thousands of families throughout the valleys.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim, 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
Doesn't that sound relaxing? At Risk Managers, we want to help you always feel that relaxed. So when you hear this, or this, or this,
Welcome back to Badger Stadium. Gary Chedester, Greg Sterner with you. Badgers with the ball, 2nd and 5 from their own 40-yard line. Man in motion. Smith rolls to the right, buys some time. And now he's going to be losing the football, and I think the Badgers did cover it up. Good job by Drew Patterson.
Wow, because there was about 4 Bulldogs around there. I don't know how Drew Patterson ended up with that one, but boy, that defensive line for the Bulldogs is just really, they're taking control of this game here with just 4 guys.
Donnie's got to take better care of the ball in traffic like that.
Get rid of that one, yeah.
3rd down. Pass down the sidelines, going to be caught by Shandon King. That's going to be enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, good throw there by Donnie Smith. And it's almost like the Badgers snapped that before the Bulldogs were ready. You saw a couple of their defensive linemen just stand up. They really only rushed 2 that time.
1:15 remaining. Clock continues to run. Badgers in Bulldog territory. Donnie back to pass, throws over the middle, got a man there. Pass is going to be caught by DJ Overstreet, breaks a tackle, still on his feet, and he's down to the 21-yard line.
That was, again, Reggie Frischnick takes a couple of defenders deep. DJ Overstreet just knows right where to sit in the middle of that zone. Look at that, just sits right there after the defenders evacuate, and he's able to even break a tackle and get another 10,
nice
15 yards.
move. Yeah. We have an injured Bulldog down on the field, so we're going to take another timeout here. This will be another Central Valley Medical Center timeout. If you're having chronic knee pain from a worn-out knee, check out the new ROSA knee robotic technology at CVMC. Call 435-623-3200. And we're going to now keep it right here because he got up and got off the field.
Hey, you got the read in there.
We did. Yeah. But now both teams are over on the sidelines.
I think they'll bring him back out pretty quick here.
Well, the Badgers moving the ball here.
Great drive. Started at the 5-yard line. You've had a couple of third downs where you have to get it to move the sticks. At first, we were saying just get this 1st down to try and move the sticks so that you're not punting back to the Bulldogs near midfield. Hey, here you are, the Badgers, deep into Bulldog territory now.
Clock is running with less than a minute to go here. Man in motion for the Badgers. Low snap, play action, wide receiver screen, and slipping down is Shandon King and falls and incomplete.
And I'm not sure if that's the worst thing right there. I don't
agree.
know. I don't know that King would have had much room, and you would have had to burn a timeout. Do they have timeouts left? No, they don't have any timeouts left.
Well, that's right. They took the timeouts
on
the drives.
That's okay right there. That just fell incomplete.
46.9 seconds remaining here. Badgers with the ball just outside of the red zone. 2nd down and 10. Play action. Donnie still has the ball. Throws to the end zone. Got a man out there, and that's going to be a pass interference targeting Reggie Frischnick out there. No, not. It's Eggett, yeah.
Yeah, so you got a little reverse. This has become kind of a well-used trick play. You got kind of a double reverse flea flicker. And then who was that? Was that Drew Patterson that came through and picked up the block after he pitched the ball back? That made that play happen. If Patterson doesn't pitch that ball back to Donnie Smith and then pick up the defender that was just coming free, that would have been blown up in the backfield. But now you get the pass interference call, and now you're going to have either a sideline warning or an unsportsmanlike against the Georgia military coaches.
Yep, you're going to have an unsportsmanlike. This is going to put it deep in the red zone. You're going to have back-to-back penalties here on Georgia military. You've got the pass interference penalty, which coaching staff for Georgia military not too happy about.
Both guys were fighting. They were fighting with each other. And the official obviously thought it was defensive pass interference and threw his flag. And boy, those coaches were not happy over there.
So you got half the distance to the goal and half the distance to the goal.
2 halves make a whole. Just put it in the goal. How's that? Is that the way that
I did
works?
not know you were such a poet.
Hey.
And actually, they marked off 15 and now half the distance. But they were out just outside the 20. I thought it would have been half the distance and half the distance. But the Badgers now have the ball.
It's the rule on it.
1st and goal inside the 5-yard line with 45 seconds to go. Bad news, you don't have any timeouts.
Plenty of time, 46 seconds. You
Full
can run
house
the ball
backfield
here for sure.
Yep, you've got Patterson and Wilson in the backfield on either side of Donnie. Donnie, play action, throw to the end zone, touchdown Snow College. Who is it?
Eggett
on the reception. The tight end gets the pass play, and the Badgers have gone back-to-back touchdown drives.
Boy, and not just a touchdown drive. That's you get a fumble at the 5-yard line. Georgia Military thinks that they're going to go in and get a touchdown or at least a field goal and go up 13-7 at the very least, possibly 17-7. You get the turnover. You get the ball with about, 3.5 minutes left or so, wasn't it?
Yeah.
4 minutes, somewhere in there. Yeah. Go 95 yards and get a touchdown with 39 seconds left here. What a drive by the Badgers.
The extra point is up, and the extra point is good. The Badgers are going to lead this possibly at halftime. 39.7 seconds remaining. We'll be back with the kickoff in 30 seconds.
Doesn't that sound relaxing? At Risk Managers, we want to help you always feel that relaxed. So when you hear this, or this, or this, you know that you're protected. Peace of mind insurance solutions for individuals and businesses so that you can always sit back and enjoy your drink.
Welcome back as the Badgers to kick it off. End-over-end kick is going to be taken at the goal line, and Georgia Military going to return to the 10, the 15, the 20, and then swallowed up just across the 20-yard line. Who's in there for the Badgers on the special teams?
And Antonio Abram in there for one. You had, who did I get for 23? Court Moon, kid out of Richfield High School in there.
So Georgia Military will start 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line with 33.3 seconds remaining. They're going to also credit Cole Mickle from Spring City and on the tackle.
If it's a special team play and there's a tackle, just say Cole Mickle, and you're probably going to be right.
I agree. Quarterback is going to keep it, Cooper, and he's wrestled to the ground after a gain of maybe 1 or 2.
Jesse Wilson coming out of there. He was excited. Got him with one arm and just swung him to the ground that time.
And he's working on firing up the rest of his team. Well, the way this game started, if you would have told me that the Badgers would lead it at halftime 14-10, I would have called you the biggest liar on the face of the earth. And Georgia Military is going to be content to let the clock run out. And they're going to go into the locker room down by 4, 14-10. And coming up here in just a moment, I'm not going to send it to commercial. We're going to wait, and we'll hear from Coach Zach Erikson on the way out. But, Greg, what a turnaround for the Badgers on their last 2 possessions there.
Yeah, as I said. I said it. You're Georgia Military, you're driving. You're hoping to maybe get close to running out the end of the half, leave maybe the Badgers a couple of minutes, go up by possibly 2 scores. Boy, Badger flipped the script.
That turnover, that fumble was key to making that happen. But the Badgers got some momentum there on their last 2 possessions, being able to start at their own 34-yard line and end up with a touchdown. And they go from their own 5-yard line and end up with a touchdown as well. So we're going to go to Zach Erikson down on the sidelines. Do you not have the radio turned on?
No college dance team. The
Did the channel get changed? It should be on AM 650. Okay, you're good. All right, Coach. Boy, things couldn't have started worse for you on the interception on the first possession, the turnover on downs on the second possession. They get, I don't even know what that was, the penalty that moved it all the way out there for them, and they end up scoring on their first 2 possessions. But you really turned it around. The defense got that fumble, and that seemed to change the momentum.
Yeah, the turnovers that our defense got, that's huge. That's what's kept us in it. We were starting a little slow offensively. We stalled a couple of those drives. Those are kind of a question mark of whether or not we can kick those field goals, and we don't necessarily feel good about it. But, our defense kept it in it. And so now, offensively, I think we've hit our groove. I think we know what we need to do. We're going to get in at halftime, make some of these adjustments, and I think we'll do a lot better in the second half.
Your first 2 possessions, you guys ran the ball really, really well.
Yeah, we know what they're going to do defensively, and especially now that they've shown exactly what they're going to do. They're not going to adjust us on certain things. And so we've got that dialed in, and we're going to come out, and you probably expect us to see running of the ball a lot in the second half.
All right, Coach, good luck to you. What a great turnaround there in that second quarter.
Yeah, that touchdown was big at the end. We're excited. We'll go get these things fixed up, and we'll get back out here. Thanks, Gary.
Thanks, Coach. All right, so don't change what ain't broken, I guess. I mean, obviously Snow's going to make a few little changes there, but sounds like pretty confident on what they're going to do in the second half, Greg.
Sure, yeah, run the ball. It sounds like they got a pretty good view of what Georgia Military is trying to do defensively. Those crossing patterns in the passing game have been working well on that last drive, and then running the ball.
All right, we're going to take this opportunity for a timeout, and when we come back, you'll have a chance to look at some statistics, and you'll have some of the keys there for us, but we'll take this opportunity for a timeout, and we'll be back with the Snow College Halftime Show right after this.
At CVMC Medical Clinics, our growing team of physicians and advanced providers are shaping what rural healthcare can be. With an array of specialties available in world-class orthopedic medicine, our footprint is always expanding to ensure our personalized approach is reaching as many as possible. Familiar faces and expert knowledge, all of our locations can offer your family full-spectrum care in one place. Available in Nephi, Santaquin, and Fountain Green. CVMC is the place where healthcare is made personal.
Want to save money on your internet bill? Who doesn't? You now can save big with a new referral program from MTCC. You can now get a $5 monthly credit for each of your friends who sign up for Fiber Fast Internet or MTCC TV for as long as they remain a customer. Get 10 friends and you get a $50 credit every month for as long as they remain a customer. Now that's savings. Visit manta.com/bringafriend or call or text 435-835-2929 for details. Some restrictions apply. MTCC, connecting your life since 1907.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
I thought there was only one way to do college. I knew I needed training to set me up for a great career, but I didn't have 4 years. Snow helped me discover that college doesn't have to be about sitting in classes, counting down the hours. They showed me a way to get the edge I needed, and fast. The best part was, with their low-cost programs and tuition assistance, I didn't have to go into debt. I was able to earn my certificate and start working right away. Snow College. This is college.
Welcome back to Terry Foote Stadium and Robert L. Stoddard Field. Gary Chedester along with Greg Sterner. And Greg, we're going to take a look at the scoring summary. It started all Georgia Military as they kick a 32-yard field goal on their very first possession that started at the Snow 32. And again, credit the defense on that one to keep them out of the end zone. So a field goal was your best case scenario there. Second possession, the Badgers end up turning it over on downs, and Georgia Military starts with their own 14-yard line. They take it 86 yards and get in the end zone for a touchdown, and it's 10-0 Georgia Military. And it looked like the Badgers just kept shooting themselves in the foot with some problems there. But then the touchdown by the Badgers starting at their own 34-yard line and cut that lead to 10-7. Georgia Military looks like they're going to answer. They end up fumbling the ball deep in Badger territory. The Badgers start at their own 5-yard line, and they take it right down the field and score and lead at the halftime 14-10.
We're going to beat this to death by the end of this game, and rightfully so. You just can't overemphasize how huge that is to get a turnover there at the 5-yard line when Georgia Military thinks they're going to go in and take just a chokehold on the game. You know, at least 13-7, possibly 17-7. And then for the Badgers to go 95 yards like that, converting third downs. Donnie Smith putting it in a window that was just about a closed window and firing that in there, and Shannon King pulling down a tough catch. DJ Overstreet with that great catch, broken tackle to get an extra 15 yards, and then Eggett with two back-to-back plays really that pass interference play, and then which ticked off the other sideline, which then gave another half the distance to the goal, and then Eggett with that 3-yard touchdown catch to go up 14-10. Badgers have all the momentum right now.
So A.J. Tillman had an 8-yard run for the first touchdown that we mentioned. He got in the Mountain America Credit Union end zone. And then, as you just mentioned, the pass from Donnie Smith to Eggett for the touchdown as the second time the Badgers got in the Mountain America Credit Union end zone to lead it 14-10. So a great change and turnaround for the Badgers. The first 2 possessions, not too good. Even though they moved the ball really well, Greg, they ended up 87 yards rushing in that first half. And I'm going to let you get to some of those key statistics coming up on our next segment here. But right now, we're going to take a break on the Snow College Halftime Show. Snow College is your community college. You can join Snow College on campus, cheer on your favorite teams, maybe experience the magic of live theater, or take in an art show or a concert. Connect with friends and family in a vibrant community atmosphere. Snow College is your community college. We'll be back after this.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Little Caesars of Ephraim and Nephi have expanded to a 3rd location in Gunnison, inside Gunnison Sinclair. Hours Monday to Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Come enjoy classics like crazy bread, cheese, pepperoni, and 3-meat treat pizzas. Little Caesars also offers wings, dip, soda, and an awesome family meal deal, including 2 liters of soda, pepperoni or cheese pizza, and a crazy combo for just $9.99. Come enjoy one of the best deals in America. Little Caesars, Ephraim, Nephi, and Gunnison. In the days of the mountain men, Cache Valley, Utah became a central gathering place for trappers and explorers. They named it Cache because it was there they would store their goods and come together to trade and connect. The spirit of community continues today at Cache Valley Bank with locations and services throughout Utah, including 3 branches right here in San Pete County. They're Central Utah's financial outfitter. No matter your mountain, they want to see you reach the top. Cache Valley and Central Utah are rooted in grand expeditions. Let's keep that heritage alive together. Discover Cache Valley Bank. Mountains await. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back once again to Badger Stadium as they're talking over the distinguished alumni for this year's homecoming. Gary Chedester and Greg Sterner with you here as the Snow College Badgers lead it at halftime by a score of 14-10. Greg, you've had a chance to look at some of the statistics from the first half. Anything that really jumps out at you?
Coach Erikson in the pregame show with you, Gary, he talked about not wanting Georgia Military running 50-plus times, which if my math, Snow College and Manti High School and Utah State University math is correct, they've ran 21 times there in the first half, so that would be less than half of 50. 112 yards. Haven't had to throw the ball. 2 of 5 is Chip Cooper, 2 of 5 for 16 yards. So just not a big part of their game there in the first half. And also the Badgers doing well defensively. Individually running the ball, though, Chip Cooper, their quarterback, 39 rushing yards. Keenan Phillips with 54 rushing yards for the Bulldogs. For the Badgers, Donnie Smith threw the ball 21 times. So you've had the Bulldogs run the ball 21 times, Donnie throwing the ball 21 times, 14 of 21, 122 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception on that very first drive. Donnie Smith also running the ball well, a couple of carries for 20. He had that big run down the sideline that got it into Bulldog territory on that first touchdown drive, if I remember. I think they capped that one off on a touchdown, yeah. You got Matt Wilson, 8 carries for 42 yards, and A.J. Tillman with 7 carries for 20 yards and the 1 touchdown. Receiving, Caden Eggett has 2 catches, just 3 yards, but that 1 touchdown. Reggie Frischnick, a couple of catches, 13 yards. DJ Overstreet, really the best first half of anybody offensively for the Badgers. 4 catches, 61 yards. So he's done a good job there. Let's see some of the defensive stats. Jarris Coney, he's got 6 tackles for the Badgers. I've got that number wrong. That's Georgia Military. Excuse me. That's Georgia Military. 6 tackles for him. For the Badgers to lead the way, you've got Jesse Wilson. We've called his name a lot. He has 3 solo tackles, 5 total tackles, 1 forced fumble, couple of sacks. You got Tavita Tua in on 1 and Solomoni Longe in on that sack as well. So there's kind of what stood out for me as far as individual stats.
Something that surprised me, because we talked about this, or at least Coach Zach Erikson talked about this, time of possession is actually in favor of the Badgers at the end of that first half, right?
17 and a half to 12 and a half. And how often do you see that with a running team like the Bulldogs?
And the Badgers with 209 total yards, 122 passing, 87 rushing. So fairly even there. And Georgia Military, as you mentioned, very heavy with the rush. They've only passed for 16 yards.
And there hasn't been a big over-the-top play for the Badgers throwing the ball. So those 122 yards, that's a grinding out passing game. That's some out routes to the outside. There hasn't been that 60-yard touchdown pass over the top to a Reggie Frischnick or Shannon King or Overstreet. So this it's a really efficient passing game by Donnie Smith there in the first half. Overthrew a few of those deep passes like we talked about. If he's able to dial 1 or 2 of those in, along with the other things that are going well for him, that bodes well for the Badgers.
Each team with 1 turnover. The Badgers also had the over on downs, which I think was kind of costly as well. Ended up turning into a touchdown for Georgia Military. So here at halftime, Snow College Badgers lead it by a score of 14-10. They scored back-to-back touchdowns on back-to-back touchdown drives to be able to take this lead, Greg. And got to appreciate the momentum going into the locker room here.
Oh, absolutely, do you? And you could tell how excited Coach Erikson was. Sometimes he like any college coach. I don't want to say he's critical. That's too strong of a word. But sometimes you can tell he's frustrated by certain things, like on your halftime interview with him or even in the postgame. But you could tell he was pretty pumped with how his team ended that half. And that's a good thing if you're a Badger fan. I think they see some things out there that they can exploit here in the second half. He basically said as much. I was surprised he said that much. That he right. said, we're seeing what Georgia Military is doing defensively, and I think we can exploit that. He didn't say those exact words, but similar to that. And so I'm excited to see what they set up here offensively.
All right, we're going to take another timeout here on the Snow College Halftime Show. There's something for everyone at Snow College. Dive into the action and make unforgettable memories today. Visit snow.edu for a full list of what's happening on campus. Snow College, your community college. We'll be back after this.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Doesn't that sound relaxing? At Risk Managers, we want to help you always feel that relaxed. So when you hear this, or this, or this, you know that you're protected. Peace of Mind Insurance Solutions for individuals and businesses, so that you can always sit back and enjoy your drink.
Visits to the dentist cause great anxiety and fear in some people, further jeopardizing oral and overall health. This is Dr. Douglas. We not only deliver optimal dental care, we make you comfortable while we do it.
Douglas Dentistry's patients love listening to music or watching a movie during treatment. Some patients prefer nitrous oxide or laughing gas or conscious sedation.
Call Douglas Dentistry today, 283-3800. That's 283-3800. Find us on Facebook or click on douglasdentistryefrom.com.
We are all part of a team. Whether you are the quiet hero or the newest recruit, the steady anchor or the moral support, your team needs you. At Intermountain Health, San Pete Valley Hospital, we want to be part of your team. Partner with us on your health and continue to be a game changer for your teammates.
Welcome back to the Snow College halftime report with the lit S up on the hill. So we have a game management meeting every Tuesday that we have home events and so forth. And I mentioned, I mean, if we got this set up for homecoming, it would be cool to light that S every home win. And
are you going to do that, or are you just hoping somebody else will do that?
No, I'm not. Yeah, like
you hiking to the S,
like I need something else on my plate.
Yeah, that's true. You're a busy man.
So apparently what they've done, as we saw that on the video screen, they've got a bunch of solar lights up there, and they just come on at dusk, which is really kind of cool.
So are they just going to leave those up there?
No, they're going to take them down.
This is just for homecoming.
Just for homecoming.
Okay.
Although they did do it a few nights this past week, trying to get everything set up. But I like it.
It just looks cool. I mean, it's just a lit up S floating in the sky above us. It's pretty neat. Yeah.
All right, you've got some scores of things, and maybe you can update us on the World Series, too.
Yeah, World Series, bottom of 7. The Dodgers leading the series 1-0. They're up 4-1 in this game. I'm wearing my Dodgers baseball cap. I'm not necessarily...
The old Brooklyn Dodgers hat.
I'm not... I like throwback hats. I love them.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily a Dodgers fan, but my partner tonight, to my left, is a longtime Dodgers fan, along with the guy who joined you for... How many years did Bob Trithall join you? 25 years or so?
Yeah, we did it for 25 years.
About as big a Dodgers fan as there is on the planet. His grandson Trevor is my buddy. We were texting last night. Anyway, yeah, Dodgers up 4-1 on the Yankees, trying to take a 2-0 lead in that series. University of Utah just had a game against the Houston Cougars. They'll play Cougars back-to-back with a bye in between. Lost that one 17-14 on a field goal by Houston at the buzzer. A tough loss for the Utes. That season has definitely started unraveling for the Utes, and the opposite. My favorite Cougars, not the Houston Cougars, but my BYU Cougars with a big win today in a game that they were not favored in. They were the 2.5-point underdogs to UCF.
That surprises me.
And went down and won 37-24 in BYU's looking good this year. 8-0.
And the Manti Templars, we ought to mention that. They get a bye, and they play next week against Juab.
Yeah, so last game of the year, they took on the Juab Wasps. Ended up losing that game 38-29. RPI stayed 4-5. Manti stayed at 4. Juab stayed at 5. Just Manti has one more win on the year. All that goes into RPI. Anyway, so Manti will get the home game next week. Against the Juab Wasps.
The bad news
our
is
guy Mason Starkweather, the do-everything quarterback. He's in the top 10 in all-time Utah high school record books. George Felt sends out an update every week to a bunch of broadcasters. I'm on that list. And he's in the top 10 in total yardage, in total touchdowns, in all-time state, any classification, Mason Starkweather. And unfortunately had an ACL injury, so he won't be starting, but that'll be this coming Friday in Manti.
Well, we wish the Templars good luck. We wish the Badgers good luck here in the second half. They'll be kicking off, so Georgia Military will get the ball to start this second half. And the Badgers to kick it, and they will be going left to right across your radio dial. We had to mention Bob Trithall was at the World Series last night.
Not tonight, though, right?
Not tonight. Okay. He was there last night.
Okay.
And this kick is going to be an onside kick.
Oh.
And the Badgers come up with it.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Wow. Boy, that is shades of Keith Uparessa. Georgia Military not happy with the call, but I'm adding it up here. That's 10 yards.
Casey Kiesler with the kick and the recovery that time.
Can we see that again? So the Badgers kick an onside kick to start this. Wow, that is coming out with some confidence here. Here's the replay. Nope. So Snow College has the ball at their own 46-yard line. Donnie Smith out there at quarterback.
What a change.
Yep.
What a way to start a half.
2 tight ends. Handoff is going to go straight ahead, Matt Wilson. And Wilson lowers the shoulder and picks up maybe 3. I'm going to say a short 3. A long 2, a short 3.
Gutsy play call to have your kicker just onside kick it and then run behind it and go get that ball. That's pretty neat. So you started the game with the ball, and if you're the Badgers, you start the second half as well with it.
Still 2 tight end formation, 2 wideouts for the Badgers, 1 left, 1 right. Matt Wilson in the backfield with Donnie Smith. 2nd and 8. You've got Reggie Frischnick to the top of the screen. Long snap count. Handoff goes to Wilson. Wilson trying to get to the outside. Cuts it back up and gets back to the line of scrimmage, and they're going to give him 1 yard is all. And it's going to be 3rd and long. So did Georgia Military make some adjustments, or did the Badgers overestimate what they were going to be able to do here in the second half? Big 3rd down here right at midfield at the 49-yard line. After getting that onside kick, if you're the Badgers, you really want to try to take advantage of this. Badgers go with trip split wide to the left. Matt Wilson still to the left of Donnie. Donnie brings Overstreet in motion, then sends him back. Donnie under some pressure, scrambles out, buys some time, does not look downfield, and he's going to go down after no gain.
Just scrambling to the outside that time, and Donnie did a good job to even get back to the line of scrimmage that time. That pass rush for Georgia Military has been impressive all night, with or without any linebackers coming. Just that defensive line. Big number 74 in there. Got to get his name out there. He's done good things for Georgia Military, and they don't have a 74 on the roster. So 74, good job. Can't say your name. Blame your coaches. SID, whoever you want to blame.
4th down, and the Badgers with their first punt of the game, a high short punt. It does take a good Badger bounce, and it's going to go out of bounds. Where are they going to mark it?
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of that bounce was after it went out of bounds. It'll be inside the 20-yard line, but not as good as it could have been if it could have been just a few more yards inbounds. So unfortunately, if you're a Badger fan, you get that onside kick, you got that momentum coming out of halftime. You just times it by 10 by getting an onside kick to start the half, and then you're not able to do anything with it.
So the Bulldogs will have the ball at their own 17-yard line. That's the first punt of the game.
Wow. Yeah, that's right.
And each team only with 4 possessions in that first half.
Quick moving half for sure.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Cooper still at quarterback. And he fumbles the ball. It's loose. And the Badgers have come up with it again. Wow.
Coming out of that, Matyra Brown coming out with that one. Like to see who caused that one, but a great job by the Badgers to get on that one. The turnover bug is hurting the Bulldogs. Let's watch that replay.
Let's see who.
Easton Cook is getting credited with creating the fumble.
He was right through and got a hand on it.
Yep, just get that big left hand out there, knocks it away from the quarterback, and Matyra Brown is able to fall on it and give the ball back to the Badgers. They got to capitalize here.
So the Badgers have the ball with their best field position of the game. They have it at the 15-yard line. 1st and 10, pistol formation. Handoff is going to go to A.J. A.J. Tillman gets nothing. And one of the Bulldogs loses his helmet. He'll have to go off the field.
Tillman gets a handoff. Left hand by Jones.
So that's going to be no gain.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, no gain at all. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Badgers trying to establish that run game. On their first 2 possessions, Greg, they were averaging 7 yards a carry.
Yeah.
Here in the second half, not much. Again, pistol formation. Donnie Smith with 2 wideouts to the left. Cash Kayo goes in motion. Play action. Crossing route in the end zone. Is it a touchdown?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's a fight for the ball.
Oh, yeah. That's tie goes to the offense. That's absolutely a touchdown. There's no way you can call that an interception. That's Shandon King came down with that one, right?
Yeah,
touchdown.
Shandon King.
Touchdown from 17.
Did anybody ever signal touchdown, though?
I don't know. I don't know that.
Shandon King into the end zone.
Wow, yeah, look at this. Look at this. Just a post play. You got that outside backer that's sitting on the outside, doesn't drop back. It leaves that zone open, and Donnie Smith just put it where he needed to. That's good coverage right there.
Yeah.
And Donnie Smith and Shandon King just a better pitch and catch.
15-yard touchdown pass, Donnie Smith. The extra point is up. The extra point is good as the Badgers get in the Mountain America Credit Union end zone. And with the extra point, they lead at 21-10. We'll be back with the kickoff in 30 seconds.
If you've ever ridden an ATV, you know how much fun they are. They're helpful for small jobs, too. Our credit union is your first stop for an ATV loan. Since we're member-owned and not-for-profit, it's a smart stop to make.
Utah Heritage Credit Union, your local credit union, federally insured by NCUA. Online at utahheritagecu.org.
Welcome back as the Badgers set to kick off here at Robert L. Stoddard Field. Gary Chedester and Greg Sterner with you. This kick is going to go high, end-over-end kick. Is going to be fielded at about the 2-yard line. Out to the 10, the 15, trying to get to the sidelines and pushed out of bounds just short of the 20. And they will mark it at the 19.
Darrell Bland Jr. with the return that time for the Bulldogs. And every time something, it's kind of funny, like something bad, well, not bad, something deflating that could possibly be deflating has happened for the Badgers a couple of times, and they come right back and just make it, turn it into a positive. You know, you get that onside kick and you don't go anywhere with it. You punt it. First play, you create a turnover, get into the end zone for a touchdown. Give up a big drive, get the turnover down on the 5-yard line, drive 95 the other way. Anyway, just everything's coming up Badgers this last 10 minutes or so of game time.
Handoff. Hit at the line of scrimmage, but powering forward for a gain of 2. Question here for you. This is what you get the big bucks for. How big of a lead or how big of a deficit before Georgia Military has to think?
Start throwing.
Yeah, start throwing the ball, and we're not going to be able to run the ball as much as we'd like.
Definitely not yet. I mean, you're down 2 scores right now, 11 minutes left in the third quarter. You got plenty of time. But if you're 11 minutes left in the game and you're down 2 scores, okay, yeah. And 2 of 5 on the night, throwing for 16 yards or so?
Yeah. Second down and a long 7, a short 8. Cooper back to pass, has some time, throws the deep sideline route, and it's going to be incomplete.
And he was open. That receiver was open. He sat back in the zone right past the sticks, and Cooper just threw it too high for him.
Under a little bit of pressure coming from that blind side. I don't know if he felt it coming, and maybe that affected the pass. Call it 3rd and 7. Trip split wide to the left for the Bulldogs. Badgers adjusting on defense. Cooper, long snap count. Back to pass, looks to the left, throws the screen pass in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, incomplete.
Yeah, just that little screen pass to the running back, and he threw a fastball, and don't know that he needed to throw the fastball. Even if it would have been complete, I don't know that would have been anywhere near a first down. You had a couple of Badgers there, but yeah, threw that a little bit faster right as his running back's turning around, and they're going to have to punt, give the ball back to the Badgers.
In what could be pretty good field position here.
Should be, yep.
Badgers in their own territory. The snap is good, not much pressure, and a beautiful
good
kick. Fair catch signaled for and taken at the 41-yard line. Titan Saxon, yeah. On the punt catch.
Right at the 40-yard line. Just does what he needed to, calls that fair catch. Don't let it hit the ground and bounce for an extra 10 or 15 yards. Give the ball back to your offense, 60 yards from the end zone.
So now each team has one punt. After the first half went and no punts at all.
Yeah.
Badgers have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line. 2 wide out, split wide to the right. Eggett, the H-back. Handoff again, right in between the tackles, and the Badgers get back the line of scrimmage, and that is about all.
Yeah.
Badgers having trouble establishing that run game. Matt Wilson in the backfield now with Donnie. Badgers are going to go quickly here. Back to passes Donnie, has a lot of time, now throws it underneath, and it's going to be incomplete.
Did a good job staying in the pocket there. That time did Donnie Smith. Good blocking there up front. Gave him that window to throw it in and just not able to complete it.
Stephon Sellers, the intended receiver. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Badgers here in this second half have been behind the sticks quite a bit. 2 wideouts to the left, 2 wideouts to the right, almost in double stacks. Now man in motion. Donnie, back to pass. Steps up in the pocket, under pressure, and he's going to be sacked. And that's going to lose yardage back to the 35-yard line, and the Badgers going to be forced to punt again.
Yeah, Walker Hicks coming in there, getting the sack for the Bulldogs. You got a Bulldog player down.
Like the Badgers might have been trying to set up a screen that time. But yes, we do have an injured player on the field. Let's check that Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard as we go out. Snow College 21, Georgia Military 10. We'll be back after this.
At MTCC, we're more than just internet people. We're the connecting your life people. For the past 115 years and counting, MTCC has been the local industry leader in connecting people and businesses by providing professional service with the best options in technology. If you need phone, TV, or internet service for your home or business, come see the experts at MTCC. Call or text us today at 435-835-2929. MTCC, connecting your life since 1907.
Snow College leads at 21-10 with 10:14 remaining here in the third quarter. Badgers set to punt it away. Georgia Military back deep to receive. Standing at his own 30-yard line. Snap is good. And the kick is away, coming to the near sideline. Fair catch signaled for and taken at the 32.
So really, if you're Georgia Military, there, that punt, you didn't lose much time.
Right.
You have a couple of incomplete passes by the Badgers, so maybe about a minute off the clock, and you gained how many yards did they gain? Where'd they punt from last time? It was
13 yards.
Yeah, so you gained 13 yards, lost a minute off the clock, but not much else. So if you're the Bulldog, you're pretty happy with that series, of course.
Georgia Military. 2 wide out, split wide to the right, 1 to the left. Chip Cooper, long snap count here. Takes the snap, back to pass, under some pressure. Steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to run. He's got some room. Breaks a tackle very near the first down, and looks like they might give it to him.
There's been multiple times tonight where you get that edge rusher from the Badgers coming around the edge, and Cooper does a really good job at just stepping up in the pocket. He doesn't get excited, doesn't get happy feet, steps up in the pocket, see if anything comes available. Nothing does, so he takes off and runs and gets 9 yards on first down.
9 3/4 yards.
Yeah, it's almost 10. That's as close to 10 as you can get.
Second down and short. Cooper brings the H-back in motion from left to right. Badgers show blitz. Cooper wants to run, now throws the deep out and airmails it into the Badger sidelines. Incomplete. Will bring up 3rd and short.
And again, that play didn't work out for Georgia Military, but Cooper does a good job at stepping up in the pocket, letting his offensive lineman create that pocket so he has an alleyway to throw in. Instead of getting, I think a lot of quarterbacks at this level would get a little nervous when that Badger blitz is coming.
Badgers are all up in the box here. And they jump. But the ball wasn't, this is not high school. They can get back.
Unless they say somebody got in that neutral zone right over the ball. Yeah, we're probably not going to see any replay here, but
no. But it is going to be a penalty, offsides, and a first down for Georgia Military. But again, I see that flag thrown way too quick sometimes at the college level. High school, you get into the neutral zone, it's automatic, right? But college, you can jump in and get out before the snap of the ball. First and 10 now at the 40, just over the 45-yard line for Georgia Military. Bulldogs with the ball, man in motion. Cooper's going to keep it, pitch it at the last second, and that's going to be a gain of about 8 down the sidelines. Nice play that time. Was that 19 on the carry? Trenton Smith, a freshman. So into Badger territory are the Bulldogs. Second and short. Cooper looks to the sidelines. In the backfield with him now is Trayvon Kinchin. Sends the H-back in motion. Badgers late getting out there. Cooper throws it at the last second and had a man there. Did he had to have known he was there, but wow.
Wait, I think throws that right there is being generous. Did he just lose that? Did he just pop it up over to him?
I don't know.
That thing just popped up in the air. Watch this replay.
Here comes the replay.
Cooper again. What does he do? What have I talked about? Steps up in that pocket right where he needs to. And just kind of shot puts that out.
Nice heads-up play to pick up another first down.
You bet.
Twins split out wide to the left. The H-back on the left side of the formation. Badgers shift defensively on first and 10. Cooper's going to keep it himself, and he goes nowhere. Is that Jesse Wilson?
Yeah,
yes,
Jesse Wilson.
He's going to be fired up.
Yeah, he was in there as soon as Cooper tried to do anything. I don't know if that was a blown-up play or if that was a called quarterback run, but Jesse Wilson was in there so quick, Cooper had to try and run that.
I think it was just follow the running back, and
that's right.
The Badgers were able to sniff that out. That's going to be a loss of 3. So the Bulldogs a little bit behind the sticks here. They're going to go with 2 wideouts to the right, H-back to the right as well. Cooper, a little reverse, a little play action, and boy, Cooper's going to take it down the sidelines. The Badgers looked like they had that play sniffed out, but boy, Cooper just makes it happen.
It was the same play that the Snow ran in the first half where they got that pass interference on Eggett. It's the double reverse flea flicker. Again, I've said it's kind of becoming a trendy little play throughout college. And then, but normally it's a pass off of that. But Cooper just runs it himself down the sideline, gets almost enough for a first down.
That's a play that broke the Badgers back against Iowa Western.
Badgers bring in a 5th defensive lineman, 5-man front here on 3rd and short.
Cooper, pistol formation with the running back behind him. Handoff is going to go to the running back. He's got the first down, breaking tackles all the way. Finally is going to be taken down as he gets to the red zone. That's going to be inside the 20. And another first down for Georgia Military.
Yeah, good run there again by Traquan Jones for the Bulldogs. Get that first down. You brought in a 5-man front, and they're still able to run it right up the middle on you.
First and 10 at the 19. And I think somebody moved too early.
And then a Bulldog offensive lineman died. Oh, he's okay. All right, that's good. That's good.
Oh, it is offsides on the Badgers?
Oh, yeah, the Badgers.
Okay, they jumped?
Badgers
Okay.
hit him. The only reason the Bulldogs jumped. No, the only reason the Bulldogs jumped is because he got ran over by the Badgers.
Okay.
Yeah,
I missed that.
Yeah.
So 1st and 5 now for Georgia Military, down inside the 15-yard line. Trying to answer back after the Badgers have scored 3 straight touchdowns on them. 21-10, 6 minutes and 10 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Chip Cooper rolls out to the left, buys some time, throws in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, incomplete.
Nice route out there. I think that was 85, Ricardo Tarver coming back for the ball, and that is just a little bit outside of his hands. Chip Cooper's done some great things today. We've been nothing but complimentary of him, I think. the throw game, the passing game, not really there for the Bulldogs. Is that at least it hasn't been so far. Excellent runner though, out of the backfield.
And good decisions.
Yeah, for sure.
When to run and when to get rid of the ball.
Yeah.
6 minutes even remaining in the third quarter now. 2nd down and 5. Empty backfield, man in motion. Cooper's going to keep it himself. And he goes right between the tackles for the first down. He's inside the 5-yard line.
All right, Snow College broadcaster, you want to criticize me? I'll just run it right down your throat right here. And he does. He's a tough kid. Good blocking up front and gets enough for a first.
Cooper trying to get to the outside and gains maybe 2 or 3 down to the 2-yard line?
That's one where you're frustrated if you're a Badger fan or a coach because you think you've got him for maybe a no gain or a little bit of a loss, and he's able to fall forward for a yard or 2.
Georgia Military going quick here against the Badgers. Straight ahead is Cooper again. This time, I don't know that he got there. Well, Georgia Military
really
saying
close.
touchdown.
Nope, the officials don't agree.
And they're going to mark it down inside the 1-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd and goal.
Easton Cook in there on another one for the Badgers. You have Monacula in there as well. 3rd and very short for the end zone here.
Isaiah Turner a little slow getting up on that offensive line, but he does get up with a little assistance. Big 3rd down here, and Georgia Military looks like they're going to just try to power it in once again. And now a timeout is going to be taken. Badgers take a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well, a Central Valley Medical Center timeout. From orthopedics to pediatrics, you can trust CVMC. We'll be back in 60.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
And welcome back. Ball is right at the goal line as we get a good look at it here.
That can't be closer. I don't know how that isn't touching the goal line as we see it from our angle.
Well, Georgia Military is going to line up as though they're just going to try to power it right in there. And they're going with a wildcat here, as Cooper's not out there. There's the snap, and into the end zone touchdown, I believe. I haven't seen a signal yet, though.
Keenan Phillips, they have to just be checking to see if he fumbled or something, because, there's the signal. Keenan Phillips just takes that right up the middle. They've done that quite a few times, that wildcat formation when they're down near the end zone, and Phillips is just such a tough runner behind that awesome offensive line for the Bulldogs. They're able to just lean on the Badgers enough to get that in with 4.5 left in the third quarter.
4 minutes and 35 seconds to be exact here in the third quarter, and Georgia Military is able to break that streak of 3 straight touchdown drives by the Badgers. Extra point coming up here, trying to make it just a 4-point lead. The snap is good, the extra point is up, and the extra point is good. Flags on the play. So we'll keep it right here for just a moment until we can figure out we'll figure it out when we come back. The extra point is going to stand 21-17. Badgers with the 4-point lead. They'll get the ball back after the kickoff right after this.
Little Caesars of Ephraim and Nephi have expanded to a 3rd location in Gunnison, inside Gunnison Sinclair. Hours Monday to Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Come enjoy classics like crazy bread, cheese, pepperoni, and 3 meat treat pizzas. Little Caesars also offers wings, dip, soda, and an awesome family meal deal, including 2 liters of soda, pepperoni or cheese pizza, and a crazy combo for just $9.99. Come enjoy one of the best deals in America. Little Caesars, Ephraim, Nephi, and Gunnison.
Welcome back to Badger Stadium as we get the call from the official. And it's going to be
So it's a personal foul leverage call, and what that is on a field goal or on an extra point. If you're a defensive player, the defensive side of the ball, you can't go try and jump up over the offensive line by using them as leverage. You can't go.
Gotcha.
You can't go push off against the offensive line to try and get up to block that kick, and that's what they called there. So.
Score is 21-17 as we check that Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard.
So that'll mean the Bulldogs, with that 15-yard penalty, will kick off from the 50-yard line right at midfield. So this is one where, if you're the Badgers, you want to be careful of an onside kick the other way.
And if they kick it high, you got to remember you can call a fair catch. So the Bulldogs kicking off from the 50-yard line. 21-17 is your score. And this is going to be kicked out of the end zone, and the Badgers will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. So, Greg, second half, the Badgers do get a touchdown, but other than that, you've had punts and not really moving the ball all that well on offense.
The one touchdown they did get was after that turnover, after that fumble by Georgia Military.
Right.
So, definitely not moving the ball like they did at the end of that first half. So we'll see if they're able to get this going here. As I mentioned on that last drive, every time the Badgers have had something somewhat deflating, they've answered the bell. And let's see if they can do that here. A little bit deflating to give up a touchdown, obviously. Let's see if they can answer the bell here and have a nice long drive.
Trip split wide to the right on 1st and 10. Donnie Smith back to pass, has some time, going deep over the middle, and he overthrows Shandon King. How many times have we said that?
Yeah, there's been a few overthrows, and that's and that's a tough one right there, because that was good defense by the Bulldogs. They were running right with Shandon King, but you could tell that was a go route from the start. They were looking for a deep pass there right from the start.
Donnie Smith got out of the pocket a little bit, bought himself some time, was able to load up and throw downfield, but overthrows the receiver. So it'll be 2nd down and 10, 4:28 remaining third quarter.
Still looks like a 4-2-5 formation here for the Bulldogs, so they're definitely respecting that pass game.
Handoff goes nowhere.
And they're doing that with defensive linemen right there. They're doing that with 4 guys on the defensive line and stopping the Badgers trying to run the ball. Look at that. Just four defensive linemen.
Badgers unable to run here in the second half. It's been pretty much all passing. And now they're behind the sticks again on 3rd and 10. Trip split wide to the right. Empty backfield for Donnie Smith.
This time 2 safeties high for Georgia Military.
Back to passes. Donnie throws the quick out. Pass is going to be caught, and is it going to be enough for the first down?
Oh,
they're going to mark him
where
short.
Is he marking that?
Oh, my goodness.
Boy, let's see that replay. Oh, boy, unless he stepped out before he made that last little move forward. And
here we go.
Badger down.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get that number, too. Was that Eggett?
Oh. Got to hold on to that just a little bit longer on the out, but we do have a Badger down. We're going to take the opportunity for a timeout. Badgers will be looking at 4th and 1 from the 34-yard line when we come back after this.
In the fast-paced world we live in, every second counts. Whether it's staying productive in your home office or enjoying entertainment with no buffering. With CentraWave from Centracom, experience ultra-fast, next-generation, reliable internet that keeps your whole family connected. CentraWave by Centracom. Fast, reliable, everywhere. Get connected today. Visit www.centracom.com/CentraWave or call 1-800-427-8449.
Welcome back once again to Terry Foote Stadium and Robert L. Stoddard Field. Injured Badger coming off.
Sakopa Wallace.
And he limps off under his own pressure, or power.
Just barely. You can tell that's hurting his leg, though.
Yep. 4th and 1. You can't go for it here, can you?
Zach, Coach Erikson is aggressive.
Oh, I
Coach
agree.
Erikson is aggressive. I think I would punt this the way you've been running.
Going for it.
Yep.
Boy, this is a huge play here. If you can come up with it, could be a huge momentum booster.
That power package you mentioned, Matt Wilson and AJ Tillman in the backfield.
And 2 tight ends. 4th and short. Handoff is going to be enough for the first down. Wow, that it was close. That was close.
We've got the offensive coordinators or offensive coaches to the left of us over here in the booth next to us, and you hear them saying offsides. He was offsides. They think one of those Georgia military Bulldogs were lining up offside, but not called. And Matt Wilson follows his blockers and gets enough for a first down. That's huge. That's huge.
Big play. 1st and 10. Badgers go with trip split wide to the right. And a single wide out to the left. Donnie back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Throws at the last second. He's got a man down the sidelines. This is going to be a big gain for A.J. Tillman. Stays in bounds, runs through a tackle. A.J. Tillman to the 29-yard line.
Yeah, A.J. Tillman, one of your best ball carriers all year. If you can't get anything going up the middle, push him out to the outside, toss the ball out to him as a safety valve, let him run.
A.J. will come off, and Matt Wilson will check in for the Badgers. 1st and 10 inside the 30-yard line. 2 wide out, split wide to the right. H-back is Cash Kayo on the right side of the formation. Handoff straight ahead, Matt Wilson. Wilson trying to find an opening and finally gets ahead for a gain of maybe 3.
Another patient run there by Matt Wilson, just letting those blocks set up, trying to let the blocks set up. Not much doing, but you'll take 3 or 4 yards there on first down.
2nd down and 7.
That clock just keeps ticking. We've talked about it. This is one of the fastest moving snow games that I've ever done with you.
Well, both teams have been running the ball on the ground and
completions.
And completions
for the Badger side. Yeah.
Play action. Smith going to dump it off underneath, and that's going to be Cash Kayo, I believe, on the reception.
Good open field tackle out there by the Bulldogs. Was that number 5 on the tackle, Jakari Jones?
It's going to be short of the first down. It's going to bring up 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. Kyle limping just a little bit as he gets up after that.
Staying in the game, though. Yeah, he does look like he's laboring a bit. Oh, you got Reggie up tops. Tight coverage, single coverage, nobody over the top.
Handoff is going to go straight ahead. Wilson, boy, that looked like that could have been face masking, but no call. And they stop him short.
They spun him around, but did they have a hold of the face mask?
I thought they did, but hard to tell from up here.
Oh, and I thought he might have had enough for it. They're just short.
They did not get a very good spot at all.
They're going to measure that. Ooh, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. I think you're right, though. I think they're going to be just short.
Yep. And it was not a face masking I see on the replay. Good play. It's going to be 4th and short. We're 51.5 seconds remaining. Badgers looking to the sideline for the play here. Play clock starts.
I know they don't run Donnie Smith a ton, designed run at least, but the dude's a big dude. Dude, snap this to him and let him follow his running back right up the middle.
4th and short. Badgers going for it here. Offsides is the play call. Badgers going to go to the end zone. Touchdown. Do they give it to him?
Did they blow that dead?
They must have blown it dead.
Are they saying that he did? I mean, they're giving that to the Badgers offsides, but why did they blow it dead unless he touched the offensive lineman?
Boy, that's crazy.
If you touch an offensive lineman, they're going to always blow that dead, but I don't know.
Can we see that again?
And the Badgers were not happy about that.
Well, here's the replay. Yeah, I guess you did.
Close, yeah.
So a first down on the penalty, and the Badgers have the ball inside the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 from inside the 15. Cash Kayo moves to the left side of the formation. 2 wideouts to the left, a single wideout, Shandon King to the right. Matt Wilson in the backfield. And now Badgers are going to take a timeout with 1.7 seconds remaining in the third quarter. We'll take the timeout as well. Badgers with the lead, 21-17. We'll be back after this.
Doesn't that sound relaxing? At Risk Managers, we want to help you always feel that relaxed. So when you hear this, or this, or this, you know that you're protected. Peace of mind insurance solutions for individuals and businesses so that you can always sit back and enjoy your drink.
.7 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Badgers with the ball, 1st and 10, just barely inside the 15-yard line.
Just barely had to call a timeout. Otherwise, you would have had a play clock violation there. So,
full backfield here. Handoff is going to go to A.J. Tillman. Tillman gets maybe a yard, loses the ball. And Georgia Military still on the run. Finally driven out of bounds. I can't believe the Badgers just fumbled the ball away. Both teams with two turnovers in this game. What a huge turnaround for Georgia Military. Stopping the Badgers from scoring and turning it back up the field. They're going to have great field position here. They're going to have it at the 46.
Yeah, they just knocked that out and then go and clean it up. Donnie Smith out there to at least slow down the Bulldog, returning at number 12. Number 12 that time, you've got Jordan McCray coming down the sideline to where Badgers were able to track him down, but they'll have good field position to start the fourth.
We'll take this time out as the third quarter comes to an end. Snow College 21, Georgia Military 17, and the ball in Badger territory when we come back in 60.
We are all part of a team. Whether you are the quiet hero or the newest recruit, the steady anchor, or the moral support, your team needs you. At Intermountain Health, San Pete Valley Hospital, we want to be part of your team. Partner with us on your health and continue to be a game changer for your teammates.
At MTCC, we're more than just internet people. We're the connecting your life people. For the past 115 years and counting, MTCC has been the local industry leader in connecting people and businesses by providing professional service with the best options in technology. If you need phone, TV, or internet service for your home or business, come see the experts at MTCC. Call or text us today at 435-835-2929. MTCC, connecting your life since 1907.
1st and 10 for Georgia Military in Badger territory. Handoff following the blockers and a gain of 3. Make it 4 on the carry.
Traquan Jones.
I think you're right. That's going to be gain of 4. It'll bring up 2nd and 6. Ball at the 42-yard line.
Frustrating end of the third quarter there.
Oh, boy.
Frustrating end. You have to call a timeout with 1 second left because otherwise you would add a 5-yard penalty. You run one play and you fumble it and give it back to the Bulldogs. Oof.
And not even deep in their territory, yeah. Right. They are able to return it. Pass on the flats is going to be bobbled but caught at the 35-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down.
Best pass of the night there by Chip Cooper, and that was Joshua Okale with the reception. Just a nice little out route by him. Bring up 1st down and 10 now.
Slant route, and that ball is tipped, and who comes up with it? Is that Brian Cuthbertson?
Did he catch that after
he did? They're giving him the interception.
Wow. Oh, that's a replay I want to see because it bounced off the Bulldog, kind of a slant route. The wide receiver for the Bulldogs going on a slant route, bounces off of him, and I looked away thinking it was an incomplete.
And Brian Cuthbertson comes up with the interception, so the Badgers...
Oh, yeah. Johnny on the spot there.
What an incredible play by Brian Cuthbertson. That puts him in the lead for the consideration of Steel Man of the Game.
We do have Steel Man of the Game and the Little Caesars Player of the Game. That's right.
So the Badgers get the ball back again. And what were you were saying about as soon as something happens bad for the Badgers?
All game. deflating thing for the Badgers, and they turn around and make a positive out of things.
Full backfield. Handoff goes straight ahead for Wilson. Wilson gets maybe 2.
Again, this is another thing I've talked about a lot, but I cannot give enough credit to this defensive front line of the Bulldogs. Gosh, they've played well. Those 4 defensive linemen.
And now another injury on the Badgers. Slow getting up, in fact, is not getting up, waiting for treatment.
Another offensive lineman. They're already down.
Already down 2 and maybe 3 now. So we're going to take this as a timeout, Central Valley Medical Center timeout. From orthopedics to pediatrics, you can trust CVMC. No, we're going to keep it right here as he's going to make his way off the field under his own power is Braylon Henderson, redshirt freshman for the Badgers.
And he's hustling off. That one, he looks all right. And your Dodgers come up with a win, Gary.
Wow, they
have bases loaded, up 2. Able to come away with the victory, up 2-0 now are the Dodgers.
2nd down and 7 for the Badgers. Ball at their 31-yard line. Looking to the sidelines. Matt Wilson and Drew Patterson in the backfield with Donnie Smith. 2 wideouts to the right, single wideout to the left. They're going to go down the sidelines to Reggie. Back shoulder throw and out of bounds. Overthrown again.
Yeah, and that's another one where Reggie Frischnick, he didn't have a step that time. There was nowhere else Donnie could have put that one. When I say there's nowhere else they could have put it, he could have put it somewhere where Reggie could fight and maybe go make a play on that one. But, there was no step for Reggie Frischnick that time. Georgia Military's done a good job bottling up Reggie Frischnick. I mentioned he's got 10 touchdowns. That leads NJCAA. He's only had 1 game where he doesn't have a touchdown. Doesn't have one yet today.
3rd down and long. And Georgia Military is going to have to burn a timeout here with 13:13 remaining. We'll take the timeout as well. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
In the days of the mountain men, Cache Valley, Utah became a central gathering place for trappers and explorers. They named it Cache because it was there they would store their goods and come together to trade and connect. The spirit of community continues today at Cache Valley Bank with locations and services throughout Utah, including 3 branches right here in San Pete County. They're Central Utah's financial outfitter. No matter your mountain, they want to see you reach the top. Cache Valley and Central Utah are rooted in grand expeditions. Let's keep that heritage alive together. Discover Cache Valley Bank. Mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people, and many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years, and there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
Well, it seems like every 3rd down is a big 3rd down, but especially now in the 4th quarter. Badgers 3rd and 7. Greg only minus 2 yards rushing in the 3rd quarter. Donnie Smith back to pass, throws way off the mark. Trying to get that to Reggie Frischnick, and that was thrown at his feet. The Badgers are going to be forced to punt once again.
Yeah, a little bit behind him that time. Donnie Smith got rushed by that defensive line of Georgia Military and just had to get rid of it a little bit sooner than I think he wanted to that time. It's going to force a Badger punt with 13:08 left here in the 4th quarter. 4-point lead for the Badgers and just hanging on.
Badgers will punt this from about their 20-yard line. Snap is good, and the kick is away. It's going to be kicked away from the receiver. Takes a great bounce. Now Georgia Military is going to pick it up inside the 10-yard line. Breaks a tackle to the 15 and steps out of bounds at the 21.
Yeah, you got some mad fans right here for Snow. I don't know if you noticed this. So they're double teaming the outside where a wide receiver would be on an offensive play to where the Badgers want to hustle down the field. That gunner on the outside, they're double teaming that, and they were holding the living crap out of that kid. I mean, it's just what it is, and you got a lot of mad fans right here. But anyway, ended up working out well for Georgia Military when it could have been a little bit more disastrous.
Yeah. The Bulldogs will have the ball at their own 22-yard line, 1st and 10. First and 10 from the 22. Man in motion from the slot, right to left. Cooper back to pass. Has some time, throws a little pass to the flats. Caught by the running back. He's going to be upended, but not until he gets a first down out to the 35-yard line.
Pretty good open field tackle out there. That running back had a head of steam there. Tavita Tua outside making that tackle. You had 8 in the box there for the Badgers that time. You bring a guy in motion, it makes one guy leave the box and then throw it short like that. And if you break one tackle, you're going to have a lot of green grass. And that's what happened.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line for the Bulldogs. Back to pass once again is Cooper. Cooper goes deep over the middle, and it's going to be caught. How did he make that catch? That was in the hands of the defender. And then it ends up with a touchdown for Georgia Military.
Trenton Smith, the wide receiver, it looked like 2 Badgers had a better beat on that ball than Trenton Smith there for the Bulldogs, and somehow he comes up with it and finishes it off. Look at this.
I don't know how this was not picked off.
BJ Inman, it looked like he would have it, and Trenton Smith just went up and got it first.
High pointed the ball.
Yep.
And ends up with the touchdown. So Georgia Military back on top of the Snow College Badgers, 23-21 with the extra point coming up here. The extra point is up, and the extra point is good, and it is now 24-21. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim, 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
Welcome back once again to Badger Stadium. Gary Chedester and Greg Sterner with you. And Greg, this has been a game of runs. Georgia Military scores the first 10 points. The Badgers come back and score 21 straight. Now Georgia Military has scored 14 straight.
Wow. Yeah, and that pass right there, they just haven't completed. Neither team has completed any long passes until that one right there.
High short kick is going to take a bounce, and the Badgers finally cover it up. But that was very close to a turnover.
Wow, that was close, and that wasn't meant to be any sort of an onside kick. But Georgia Military just about ran under that one, and I think it was Shannon King that got under it.
So the Badgers will take over 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. Georgia Military has scored 14 unanswered points here in the second half to take the lead 24-21. Badgers offensively with a short field scored, but other than that, 3 punts and a fumble. Handoff goes to Wilson. Wilson makes a nice move at the line of scrimmage and picks up about 6.
Yeah, you get that little action going to the outside. You got a man coming in motion, the receiver coming in motion for the Badgers. You hand it off, fake that pass just to try and keep the cornerback just a little bit more wide that time. And good blocking up front. Matt Wilson able to get a good gain on first down, 6 yards.
Again, man in motion. This time it's going to be Reggie Frischnick. Handoff again goes to Wilson. Wilson lowers the shoulder and picks up a couple of yards. He's going to be short of the first down, but he picks up 3. Make it 3rd and 1?
Yeah, it's
1.5.
Pretty close. And this is a big one for the Badgers right here. Got to lean on that offensive line and move the sticks here. Need it with just over 11 minutes left here.
Donnie Smith at quarterback still for the Badgers. Shandon King will split wide to the right. Matt Wilson in the backfield. Badgers going with 2 tight ends. Handoff goes straight ahead. Wilson's got the first down as he gets to the 35-yard line.
And Georgia Military brought a blitz that time, so that was good blocking up front by that Badger offensive line. We'll give Spencer Bradshaw one of those out there, leading the way to move the sticks. 55, what do we got? I don't know.
Ashley Jonathan also out there on the offensive line now for the Badgers. We have a timeout.
That's another Snow College.
Oh, we have an injured player. Okay. We have an injured Bulldog out there. We'll take this chance for a word from our sponsors once again. Thanks to our sponsors that make this broadcast possible. Sanpete Valley Hospital, Douglas Dentistry, Little Caesars, Risk Managers Insurance, Cache Valley Bank, Utah Heritage Credit Union, CO Building Systems, Centricom, Anti-Telephone, and Central Valley Medical Center. We'll be back after this.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Little Caesars of Ephraim and Nephi have expanded to a third location in Gunnison, inside Gunnison Sinclair. Hours Monday to Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Come enjoy classics like crazy bread, cheese, pepperoni, and 3 meat treat pizzas. Little Caesars also offers wings, dip, soda, and an awesome family meal deal, including 2 liters.
First and 10 for the Badgers. Play action. Donnie Smith back to pass. Going to go deep out, and it's going to be caught by the Badgers. Is that Shandon King?
Yep.
Shandon King on the reception, another Badger first down.
You got a double team out there. They have him bracketed, and they both just go to the outside or deeper than him. And Donnie Smith puts it in where he needs to. Shandon King does a good job to just stay right underneath those 2 defenders, get enough to get into the Bulldog territory and another first down. Is that Douglas Dentistry first down?
I think that is a Douglas Dentistry first down. Ball at the 44-yard line for the Badgers. Smith back to pass once again, looks to the left this time. Going to go deep over the middle and airmails it over the head of Reggie Frischnick, incomplete. Reggie maybe had a step on the defender that time. Donnie just a little bit strong.
Donnie wanted a skinny post, and Reggie ran just a regular post.
And Donnie comes out. The Badgers are going to go now with Condi.
Is that just Zach Erikson wanting to talk to?
I think maybe. So Kyson Condi in at quarterback for the Badgers. Condi going to run the option, keep it, and gain about 3 yards, maybe just 2.
Kyson Condi.
Kyson been the number 1 backup all season.
And I think that's exactly what it is. Donnie came out 1 play. And right back in again. Eggett comes out as well. Badgers run 3 wide receivers to the left.
This defensive back on Reggie Frischnick out here, Reggie's got to have 4 inches on him. Get that up in the air.
I agree with you. And that's something that Coach Erikson mentioned to me, maybe not in the pregame, but in our conversations during the week. So 3rd and 8, 3 seconds on the play clock. Badgers do get the play away. Donnie steps back, does not throw it, and he's going to be sacked for a loss of 1.
Yeah, this is frustrating. After that nice play to Shandon King to kind of bog down here on 4th down, and I think 4th and 9, do you consider punting it here, try and pin them deep, or do you just want this?
8 minutes and 42 seconds remaining.
If it's 4th and 5, where they're at right now, I'm 100% go for it. If it's 4th and 9, I consider punting it down there. The Badgers aren't considering it. I'm just saying me sitting up here.
10 seconds on the play clock. Badgers going for it here on 4th and 9. Donnie back to pass. Has some time. Throws. Got a man there.
No,
incomplete. They're saying it was not a pass interference.
No flag. Badger fans want a flag there on a pass interference. That was timed either very good or just a little bit early, but they're going to say that was timed perfectly. give the ball back to the Bulldogs. Let's watch this replay coming across the middle. Let's see. That was DJ Overstreet again, and that play's worked for the Badgers today. That little crossing pattern for DJ Overstreet, come underneath the deep routes, and just better defensive play for the Bulldogs.
A lot of pressure here on the defense now as Georgia Military has it with 8:14 remaining in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10. Georgia Military with 2 wide out, split wide to the left. Cooper going to keep it, follow his running back, and he's going to pick up the first down.
Quarterback power, left side, following the running back. Like you said, Gary, you get that one pulling lineman and the running back leading the way, and you just follow it.
Now they're going to mark him actually just half a yard short. It's going to be 2nd and short.
Close to the first down.
But Georgia Military into Badger territory at the 47-yard line. And they draw the Badgers offsides and stop the play. So Georgia Military gets the first down with the penalty. That's 7 penalties for 80 yards against the Badgers here in this game. 5 for 34 against Georgia Military.
And you know, all penalties aren't created equal. Some of them just hurt. You know what I mean? That one hurts right there. Just drawing the offside when you have 2nd and short.
1st and 10. Ball at the 43-yard line. Clock becoming a factor now. You can't afford to give up a touchdown.
Yeah.
You can afford to give up a field goal. You can't afford to give up a touchdown. Cooper keeps it, goes on that left side and gains maybe 2.
Yeah, good defensive adjustment there by the Badgers that time. Coming out excited, Caden Miller. I think he must have stepped up from that linebacker position and made a stop there after a gain of 2. Just that same play that they got 9 yards on first down.
2nd down and a short 8.
2nd and 8.
2 wide out, split wide to the right. Cooper with a single back in the backfield. Play action. Going to look deep, and he's going to be hit, but he gets away from the first tackle. And he's going to be sacked. Badger helmet
there was
comes
that.
off.
Yeah, Brian Cuthbertson coming out of the game right now. I think he was one of those that was in on that. And even Cooper, I mean, you think he's going to be dropped for even a bigger loss, and he's able to get away from it. Tavita Tua gets credited with the stop. Well, that's Cuthbertson.
Yeah, Cuthbertson
that was
is the one
Cuthbertson from the start. Yeah, comes out looking like a football player, doesn't he? Friggin' warrior coming out of there. He'll have to come out for one play with his helmet coming off.
3rd and 16 for the Bulldogs.
Big play there by the Badgers. Need another one.
Big 3rd down here for the defense. Defense is going to rush just 3 here. And Cooper's going to keep it. And he gets back the 6 and maybe 1 extra. It's going to bring up 4th and 9. Credit Caden Miller with the tackle.
This is another one where you're just right in that limbo. There's no point if you punt unless you pin them deep. So they're going to go for it. 4th and 9.
Crowd getting behind the defense here on a big 4th down. Do not jump off sides if you're the Badgers.
From the 42, needs to get down to the 33 here.
Trayvon Kinchin in the backfield with Cooper on 4th down. Maybe they're going to take the delay here. 5 seconds on the play clock.
So that's either a delay or a timeout. Yeah, so I think they're going to punt it here, right?
Yep.
You take the delay. Well, of course, if you take the delay, you're going to punt it. Yeah.
And that's exactly what they were doing, trying to get the Badgers to jump off sides. When that didn't happen, take the penalty, give your punter a little bit more room to try to squeeze it in there. This will be from the 4th and 14 from the 46-yard line. Badgers a little late getting out there, but who's back deep to receive?
I think it's just Titan Saxon, isn't it?
Standing at the 10-yard line. Badgers get some pressure, flags all over. Is that going to be an offsides or illegal procedure? But we have flags on the line of scrimmage.
Takes a little bit of a Badger bounce there, gains them about another yard to the 20. Let's see what that flag is. Is there flags on both sides?
I have a bad feeling it's offsides. Yeah, there's a flag on each side.
Couldn't see on that replay.
We'll see what the call is coming up here from the official.
Yeah.
Illegal formation. Oh.
So they'll just add that to the end of the kick, takes it from the 20 to the 25. You can obviously push him back 5 yards and make him kick it again, but I think the Badgers are perfectly happy to get that at the 25-yard line.
I agree.
Not a big net yardage gain for the Bulldogs there. Not what they wanted. They wanted to try and pin the Badgers deep, make them go 90-plus yards to try and get in the end zone to take the lead or kick that field goal to tie it with 5.5 left.
So the Badgers will start at their own 25-yard line. 75 yards to go, 5.5 minutes remaining here.
Big drive here for the Badgers.
Again, 2 tight end formation. Badgers are going to be content to hand it off, and Wilson is going to go straight ahead for a gain of 2.
We talked in the pregame. We haven't talked about it much since the pregame, but this is number 3 versus number 4. You got number 3, Georgia Military, number 4, Snow College. Snow wants to make the playoffs. Of course they want to make the playoffs. That's what you're playing for. You want to make the playoffs. You need a drive right here. You need this drive right here.
2 timeouts remaining for the Bulldogs. 1 timeout remaining for the Badgers. 2nd and 8. Donnie, quick pass out in the flats. Reggie Frischnick makes the catch and then immediately push back. So a very short gain. A gain of only 2. We haven't seen that double move that you and I have been talking about. I think it's set up for that.
We talked about it.
Because the DBs for Georgia Military are sitting back, and as soon as they read, they're closing the gap quickly.
They're biting on that quick. Once Reggie or whichever receiver is on the outside, it's been Reggie we've been talking about the most. But right when he does that little button hook back, those Bulldogs defensive backs are jumping on it.
Big 3rd down here for the Badgers. You don't have time to punt it back anymore. Reggie goes in motion from left to right. Handoff is going to go straight ahead. Wilson breaks a tackle. Wilson has the 1st down and more out near midfield to the 49-yard line.
Gary, that right there is why I am not a coach, because there is no way I would dare call a run play right there. The way Snow College has been running the ball in this second half, they haven't had a play like that. They haven't had a chunk play out of the running game in this second half, and they just get it right there on 3rd down.
Big 3rd down. Hand off to Wilson again, and Wilson gets nothing. Now he's going to break it to the outside, gets a block from Donnie Smith, maybe picks up a yard or 2, but flag on the play. Right in the area where you usually see a holding. Well, Badgers are clapping their hands.
But it came from a different official that usually calls it. It's usually the white hat that calls.
Face masking is called against Georgia Military.
Take it. 15 yards.
Badgers will take the 15-yard penalty and have the ball down to the 36-yard line of Georgia Military. Matt Wilson still in the backfield with Donnie Smith. Badgers 2 tight ends and 2 wideouts, 1 right, 1 left. Donnie, quick pass out in the flats. Ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Who got a hand on that? That's going to be an incomplete pass. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. 3:27 remaining. You want to score. You don't want to leave a lot of time on the clock.
Oh, yeah. But that score is the first thing.
You've got to get at least a field goal to tie it. Oh, I guess all that smoke out there, there's a fire across the way. 2nd down and 10. Pitch to Wilson. Wilson hit in the backfield. Wilson does not get back to the line of scrimmage and loses a yard.
You hear that? Those offensive coaches next to us, Gary, here, they're yelling something about the safety. There's something that they're seeing that's not being seen on the field.
And another big 3rd down here for the Badgers. In 4-down territory. You definitely cannot punt the ball back, and you're way out of field goal range. So if you know you're in 4-down territory, you got to pick up, half of that on this one?
You need 5 or 6 yards here. Yeah, that's a goal for this play for sure. You got Reggie coming in tight. Are you setting him up to go more to the outside?
Donnie Smith back to pass. How is that not a flag?
Oh, he's using Reggie to go through and knock that ball down. Boy, watch this replay. You got Reggie Frischnick running the out route outside.
Oh, that is crazy.
Boy, oh boy.
So 4th down.
Man, it looked like Reggie. It looked like the defensive back used that off arm to use Reggie to use the other arm to knock it away. Oh.
So a big 4th down here for the Badgers. 4th and 11. Do or die right here with 2:37 remaining. Empty backfield. Donnie Smith at quarterback. Back to pass. Flag on the play. And it's going to be delay of game. It's going to be 4th and 16.
And that's tough. Usually they'll give you a beat after it hits 0. So if it goes to 0 and you get the snap off right when it goes to 0, usually they'll let that happen. And you see how upset Coach Erikson is, yelling at that back judge who threw that flag, because they got that off right when it went to 0.
Well, and you don't want to get another penalty.
You just don't see that delay of game called very often after the ball is snapped. You know what I mean? If they get the ball snapped, usually they let that go.
Badgers go with 3 wideouts, split wide to the left, 2 wideouts to the right. Empty backfield for Donnie Smith. Now he's got to pick up 16 on 4th down. Back to pass. Donnie goes over the middle. Got a man there. It's caught by DJ Overstreet, and that's enough for the 1st down.
Oh, what a catch by DJ Overstreet to go up high and get that one. Donnie Smith standing in the pocket, stepping up, throwing it a little bit high, but DJ Overstreet going and getting it where he needed to move the sticks. That is a play of the game right there.
Donnie Smith climbing the ladder, DJ Overstreet climbing the ladder to come up with the reception. 2 minutes, and the Badgers are not going to get this play off. And we are at the 2-minute warning. Badgers trail it 24-21. We'll be back right after this 1-minute timeout.
In the days of the Mountain Men, Cache Valley, Utah became a central gathering place for trappers and explorers. They named it Cache because it was there they would store their goods and come together to trade and connect. This spirit of community continues today at Cache Valley Bank with locations and services throughout Utah, including 3 branches right here in San Pete County. They're Central Utah's financial outfitter. No matter your mountain, they want to see you reach the top. Cache Valley and Central Utah are rooted in grand expeditions. Let's keep that heritage alive together. Discover Cache Valley Bank. Mountains await. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Welcome back to Terry Foote Stadium, Robert L. Stoddard Field on the campus of Snow College in Ephraim, Utah. Gary Chedester and Greg Sterner with you, bringing you the matchup between the number 3 Georgia Military College Bulldogs and the number 4 Snow College Badgers. 24-21, Georgia Military with the 3-point lead. Badgers with the ball at the 22-yard line. 1st and 10, 2 minutes to go in this game. Full backfield. Badgers bring Eggett in motion from left to right. Low snap. Donnie gets it, hands it off to Wilson. Wilson breaks a tackle, stays on his feet, and picks up about 4 yards, close to 5.
You watch Wilson run like that, and there are like 5 teams in the NJCAA that would bottle him up. He's so jukey, and this is one of those teams that can do it. Because, man, he's got some moves out there, but Georgia Military's done a great job at stopping him.
2nd down and 6. 1:30 to go. Hand off again to Wilson. Wilson not much there. In fact, maybe a half a yard.
It almost looked like he was ducking down to try and stay beneath, behind his offensive lineman that time and sneak up on the left side. But Georgia Military again, defensive line doing a great job.
Well, the Badgers hopefully are in field goal range here if they need it. I know they would rather get the touchdown, but we're down to a minute to go. 3rd and 5. Another big third down here. Donnie looks to the sidelines. 13 seconds on the play clock. No urgency by the Badgers. Donnie back to pass. Looks to the end zone, throws it in and out of the hands of Wilson, incomplete. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Trying to see that obviously wouldn't have been enough for a first down anyway. The only nice thing you could have done there if you complete that pass is run the clock down even more before you kick the field goal. Oh, are they not going to kick it?
I don't know. Offense is still out on the field. Play clock is down to 15.
Yeah, you got one timeout, so I think
they're going to run it down and kick the field goal, try to tie it.
Or call it, get a play call in.
Badgers going to try to run a play here with 8 seconds to go on the play clock. 4th and 5. The Badgers going to try to draw them off sides, and they take a timeout. So with 46.7 seconds remaining, the Badgers trail at 24-21. I think you're going to see a field goal attempt coming up here to try to tie this and send it into overtime. We'll take the opportunity for a timeout. We'll be back right after this.
Visits to the dentist cause great anxiety and fear in some people, further jeopardizing oral and overall health. This is Dr. Douglas. We not only deliver optimal dental care, we make you comfortable while we do it.
Douglas Dentistry's patients love listening to music or watching a movie during treatment. Some patients prefer nitrous oxide or laughing gas or conscious sedation.
Call Douglas Dentistry today, 283-3800. That's 283-3800. Find us on Facebook or click on douglasdentistryephrem.com.
And welcome back. 46.7 seconds remaining. Badgers trail at 24-21.
So what do you got? You would have a 34-yard field goal to try and tie it up with 46 seconds.
No wind.
Yeah, a little bit of smoke in the air from some fire that was in the church parking lot across the street. We don't know why.
Yeah, we believe it might have been a car fire.
Something. Yeah, the fire trucks are leaving now, though. So.
All right.
Here we go.
35-yard field goal attempt here for the Badgers to try to tie this and send it into overtime. 46.7 seconds remaining. And now a timeout is going to be taken by Georgia Military. We'll keep it right here.
Keaton Rosequist, the kicker, coming out to try that one.
Badgers have not kicked a lot of field goals this year.
No, yeah.
They did.
And to be fair, they haven't needed it.
Right. They did kick one last week at Pacific Northwest. Seems like there might have been one or two earlier in the year.
Yeah. You didn't have one against Butler. That was 21-14. At least didn't make one.
Right.
But anyway, yeah. We'll see if Rosequist, the pride of Salina, Utah.
The Badgers have had some North Severe kids here, right?
That's good.
A couple of Mickelsons did really well.
Yeah, that's right.
And this is going to be placed now actually just inside the 25-yard line, so make it the 24, so a 34-yard field goal attempt to try to send this into overtime. 46.7 seconds remaining. The snap is good, the placement's good, the kick is up, it's got the distance, and the kick is good. We are tied at 24.
Keaton Rosequist coming up huge there. Probably the most pressure kick that kid's had at least in his college career, and knocks it through from 34 yards to tie it up. We're getting extra football here, Gary. This game, we were talking about how fast this game was going. We're going to be under 3 hours for a regulation college football game. That does not happen.
Not anymore.
But we're going to get some extra time. Well, okay,
we
there's 41.6 seconds
there
left.
is 41.6 seconds remaining. We're going to keep it right here as the Badgers get a field goal. They don't get it in the Mountain America Credit Union end zone, but they do get the field goal to tie it at 24. And that breaks the string of 2 straight scores by Georgia Military. So Georgia Military scores a field goal and a touchdown. Then Snow College scores 3 straight touchdowns. Georgia Military comes back and scores 2 touchdowns. And now the Badgers have added a field goal. And we are tied at 24 with 41.6 seconds remaining. Can you kick this right out of the end zone?
It's a good question. That would be...
And force them to go 75 yards.
Casey Kiesler, the kicker here. A couple of different kickers for the Badgers.
And this kick is going to be a high end-over-end kick, going to be fielded at the goal line. To the 5, to the 10, trying to get to the edge, to the 15, and taken out of bounds short of the 20.
Perfect kick coverage there by the Badgers.
A lot of action after the play, but no flags.
And Drew Patterson, the running back down there, making a stop for the Badgers. Playing some special teams.
You mentioned good coverage. Georgia Military starts at their own 15-yard line here.
Yeah, it couldn't be better.
With 34.6 seconds remaining. 34.2, excuse me.
If I'm the Badgers, I'm probably putting 2 safeties high.
Well, I see at least one 30 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Yep, just keep it in front of you. Keep everything in front of you. They got to go, I mean, they're going to have to go 50 or so yards to even give yourself a shot at any sort of a field goal.
2 wideouts split wide to the right. Single setback, 2 wideouts to the left for Cooper. 34.2 seconds. Cooper back to pass. Stays in the pocket. Now he's going to flush out. Flag comes in as he scrambles up the sidelines and gets out of bounds after a gain of 6.
Probably a hold back there. In the vicinity of a holding call.
And that is the call, holding. I'm sure the Badgers will take that.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Push him back. Yeah, you don't care about downs if you're the Badgers. You don't have timeouts to where you can try and play the game where you make them punt or anything like that. So if I'm the Bulldogs, I'd probably just kneel this out and play for overtime. Don't let a disaster happen where you have a safety or something stupid, because a holding in the end zone is a safety.
Right.
So you don't want anything crazy like that to happen. So they are going to just line up and, maybe not.
I think Georgia Military's on the field. They're calling for their last timeout. And they get it. So Georgia Military takes a timeout. We're going to take a timeout as well. A reminder that we'll have the Little Caesars Player of the Game and the San Pete Steel Man of the Game coming up on the postgame. We'll be back with more right after this.
We are all part of a team. Whether you are the quiet hero or the newest recruit, the steady anchor or the moral support, your team needs you. At Intermountain Health, San Pete Valley Hospital, we want to be part of your team. Partner with us on your health and continue to be a game changer for your teammates.
26.5 seconds remaining. First and, what would you say, Greg, 19? 20?
Yeah.
And that is what Georgia Military is going to do, is just take a knee here and run the clock out. And we are playing for overtime, tied at 24. So we're going to take an opportunity for a timeout. Again, words from our sponsors, and thanks to everyone that's made this broadcast possible, from San Pete Valley Hospital to Central Valley Medical Center, Manti Telephone, Centricom, CO Building Systems, Utah Heritage Credit Union, Cache Valley Bank, Risk Managers Insurance, Little Caesars, and Douglas Dentistry. We'll be back with the start of overtime right after this.
If you've ever ridden an ATV, you know how much fun they are. They're helpful for small jobs, too. Our credit union is your first stop for an ATV loan. Since we're member-owned and not-for-profit, it's a smart stop to make.
Utah Heritage Credit Union, your local credit union, federally insured by NCUA. Online at utahheritagecu.org.
At MTCC, we're more than just internet people. We're the connecting your life people. For the past 115 years and counting, MTCC has been the local industry leader in connecting people and businesses by providing professional service with the best options in technology. If you need phone, TV, or internet service for your home or business, come see the experts at MTCC. Call or text us today at 435-835-2929. MTCC, connecting your life since 1907.
I thought there was only one way to do college. I knew I needed training to set me up for a great career, but I didn't have 4 years. Snow helped me discover that college doesn't have to be about sitting in classes, counting down the hours. They showed me a way to get the edge I needed, and fast. The best part was with their low-cost programs and tuition assistance, I didn't have to go into debt. I was able to earn my certificate and start working right away. Snow College. This is college.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people, and many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years, and there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
Welcome back as we're getting set for the overtime. And we're going to be going towards the southern end zone.
Looks like I think Snow won the toss, so they decide to go on defense first. So the way it works in college overtime, for anybody who doesn't know, each team gets a chance. They start at the 25-yard line in the first two overtimes. So in the first overtime, if you get a touchdown, you can either go for two or kick the extra point, and then the other team has a chance to match you, the second team. In the second overtime, you have to go for two, both teams, if you get a touchdown. In the third overtime, if we get that far, it's changed just this season to where you have to go for two. It's just not you have to go for two. It's just a 2-point conversion back and forth.
Oh, okay.
It's not even from the 25. It's just from the 3 until a team wins.
So the Bulldogs will have first opportunity here from the 25-yard line. We ought to mention last year's game went into overtime 33-30 with the Badgers scoring a touchdown after Georgia Military kicked the field goal. Cooper back to pass. They're going to go for a quick passing route, and that's going to be caught near a first down, but just about a yard short.
Pretty good defense out there by Snow. Hit the receiver right as he caught it.
And we've got another injury.
I think that was that the defensive back that hit the receiver that time?
It
Trying
might
to
be.
see who's.
Does that surprise you at all that Georgia Military comes out throwing that
the ball.
quick slant?
It's crazy. They've been running the ball so well, and you come out throwing the ball right from the start, like you're almost like you're in a hurry.
No time in the overtime. I mean, no clock running. You have the ball as long as you make first downs or whatever.
I think that was B.J. Inman that delivered the hit right as
I think that's him down.
Yeah, right as the receiver caught that ball.
So it's going to bring up second and short. We're going to keep it right here.
It was a tough catch. I can't. If it was 19, he's been big for him. Trenton Smith, he had that long touchdown catch earlier.
And it is Inman that comes off. So second and short now for the Bulldogs. The ball at the 17 is where they're going to mark it. They're already in field goal range for their kicker. So second and short. Cooper, long snap count. Hands it off, and that is no gain. Well, still on his feet. Maybe they're going to... No, he's still short of the first down.
Wow.
It's going to bring up third and short. Badger loses the helmet. Coming off is Cuthbertson.
Yeah, tighten that baby up. That's his second time he's had to come off, and you hate to see Bryant Cuthbertson come out of the game at any time. The All-American from last year on a third and short. One of those linebackers.
Big third down here. Cooper Going to take it himself, and he's got the first down. Still on his feet. He's inside the 5-yard line. What a run by Cooper.
You saw that offensive line just get low. They just wanted that 1 or 2 yards, and then Cooper just keeps going.
Now Georgia Military going to go quickly here inside the 5-yard line. Badgers trying to get set defensively. Cooper takes the snap, and he's swallowed up immediately. In fact, I think he might lose a half a yard.
Solomone Longi, we haven't called his name as often as we have in a lot of the games that you and I have called together, but he's in on that one. Bringing in that power package are the Bulldogs, where they'll just run behind number 8 there, Keenan Phillips. At least that's what they've done in the past.
Well, that's what they're doing now. They brought in the Wildcat. So Phillips will take the direct snap here.
Look at those tight splits, man.
And he's going to try to get to the outside, and he's no gain.
Just a mass of humanity in there. Big number 62, Isaiah Turner, pulling guard with that tight of splits. And the Badgers do a good job to blow that up. Did they lose even?
I think they might have lost a half a yard.
Yeah.
This is going to be from about the 3.5-yard line here. It's going to be 3rd down, and they're staying with that Wildcat formation. Do you think they set that up? Maybe a pass play. Nope, they're just going to try to power it out to the outside, and they get away and into the end zone, touchdown.
Gosh, it looked like Jesse Wilson had a chance to stop. Was that Phillips again?
Yes,
Keenan Phillips, and it looked like Jesse Wilson got through there. Watch this replay. Watch number 19 for the Badgers. Just get a hand on him, but not enough. Cuthbertson trying to clean it up at the end there, but not able to, and Phillips does a good job to get to that pylon.
That's going to be the 2nd touchdown run by Phillips. Extra point coming up. The snap is high, but gets down. The kick is up, and the kick is good, and Georgia Military leads it 31-24. We'll be back with Snow College's attempt on offense right after this.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim, 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live, and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created...
Badgers with the ball in overtime. Badgers go with 4 wideouts, split wide to the right. Empty backfield. Donovan Smith back to pass, going to throw it to the end zone. It's over the head of Reggie Frischnick, incomplete.
It's Eggett.
Oh, was that Eggett from his tight end position?
One of those wide you were talking about is one of the offensive linemen who came out wide. Just a funky formation that time for the Badgers.
Now the Badgers behind the sticks here on 2nd down and 10 from the 25. Got to get a touchdown here. Don't even have to think about field goals, so your 4-down situation until you get in the end zone. 2 wide out, split wide to the left, 3 to the right. Empty backfield once again for Donnie Smith. Donnie looks to the sidelines, takes the snap. Under pressure, throws the quick pass route to DJ Overstreet. Overstreet gets away from one man, and he's inside the 5-yard line. DJ Overstreet again.
Oh, that short little pass to DJ's been so good today, and then he just makes one guy miss. It would have been a good play even if he wouldn't have made the guy miss, but he makes a guy miss, gets 20 yards down near the 5.
And he comes out. Badgers going to go with the full backfield now, and 2 tight ends trying to power it in. Hand off to Wilson. Wilson, not much there. Bounces off one tackle, stays on his feet. And it's going to be no gain. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 5.
Tyquavius Holland with the first hit for the Bulldogs.
Badgers looking to the sidelines. And they go away from that 2 tight end and 2 running backs. DJ Overstreet checks back in once again. 2nd down and goal from the 5-yard line.
Fade passes have worked. Both Eggett and Reggie Frischnick this year.
Pass is going to be knocked down, almost intercepted, intended for DJ Overstreet. That was just crowded on that side of the field.
Jordan McCray from his safety position coming in there and knocking that away just at the last second.
Shandon King will come out. Checking in for the Badgers. Not sure. Badgers go with 3 wideouts to the left. Donnie back to pass, under some pressure, rolls out to the left, throws it the last second, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Eggett.
And that was tipped. That was tipped right there by the Bulldog defender there, trying to get that number there, number 3, I think. Anthony Carter just tipped that at the last second. Eggett still had a chance at it, though.
It's all going to come down to this. 4th down, the Badgers have to get it in the end zone. You cannot get a first down. 4th and goal at the 5.
And you've got a timeout every section of overtime. So if you're, maybe you're Zach Wilson or Zach Erikson, you talk about it.
Badgers going to go back to now they're going to take the timeout and talk about it.
Might as well.
We'll keep it right here. I don't want to take the chance of a break and missing any of the action here. Badgers have to get it in the end zone. You trail at 31-24 in overtime. So you've got to get the touchdown and you've got to get the extra point.
Yeah, and they tried running it there. First down, you try to establish the run, that first down after you get it down to the 5-yard line after that big DJ Overstreet play where you didn't get any yards there. You kind of commit yourself to throwing the ball and just not able to get it in there. A couple of plays that pretty well play design, just not able to catch the ball. Let's see if they're able to figure it out here.
Well, like you say, Eggett was open in the end zone, but the ball was tipped just enough to throw it off.
And I talk about that fade route that's worked this year, both to Eggett and Reggie Frischnick multiple times this year. I don't like the fade on a 4th down. I don't like a jump ball like that. I like precision routes on a 4th down. We'll see what works.
Badgers come out of the timeout. Reggie Frischnick goes to the left, Shandon King to the right, DJ Overstreet in the slot to the left. And you've got Wilson to the right and Patterson to the left of Donnie Smith. Donnie takes the snap, play action, under some pressure, looks to the end zone, throws to the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete. And the Badgers lose it in overtime. Georgia Military comes to Ephraim and comes away with an overtime win and then comes over and, in my opinion, a classless move, celebrating in front of the Badger bench.
Yeah, right.
I don't mind saying it. I think that is just classless. Off the fingertips of the intended receiver, and the Badgers drop their 2nd game of the year.
Oh, a heartbreaker there. That original route, if you watch this, you got an outside man, you got Reggie Frischnick, and then you had somebody coming on a little, like a 5-yard and out, right? Watch over to the left side, and that's not it.
I don't think that's how the game ended right there. I think.
Anyway, you have another receiver coming out on the left side, and that's not there. That's the first read for Donnie, and then he has to look to the next read. Throws it up to the corner. Watch, you'll have this little out route right there. Not there. Double covered, bracketed. He just throws it up, tries to give his man Eggett a chance to go get it. Donnie Smith did the right thing there.
Right.
Your first read is taken away by Georgia Military. All credit to them. Georgia Military did what they needed to do defensively. Donnie Smith looks right, throws it up to his big tight end, just off his fingertips.
So the Badgers lose a tough one here in overtime. And this is just their second loss of the year. They were put in a great position after the loss by Hutchinson to be able to move into maybe number 2 with that loss. But with this loss, they're not going to be able to do that. So the previous loss, 31-20 to Iowa Western, and now a loss in overtime, 31-24 to Georgia Military. We'll take this opportunity for a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the Steel Man of the game, and we'll have the Little Caesars player of the game as well. We'll have that for you when we come back in 60 seconds.
In the days of the mountain men, Cache Valley, Utah became a central gathering place for trappers and explorers. They named it Cache because it was there they would store their goods and come together to trade and connect. The spirit of community continues today at Cache Valley Bank with locations and services throughout Utah, including 3 branches right here in San Pete County. They're Central Utah's financial outfitter. No matter your mountain, they want to see you reach the top. Cache Valley and Central Utah are rooted in grand expeditions. Let's keep that heritage alive together. Discover Cache Valley Bank. Mountains await. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Welcome back to the postgame show. Gary Chedester along with Greg Sterner as the Badgers lose a tough one here in overtime to Georgia Military. Final score 31-24.
You say that, Gary, in overtime. Snow goes down the field, gets that field goal at the just with about 45 seconds left in regulation to send it to overtime, and then just not able to finish that overtime drive that they got down to the 5-yard line, not able to punch it into the end zone to try and tie that one up and send it to another overtime. Frustrating loss. Yeah, tough one.
That's a tough one to take. And in all honesty, the Badgers did it to Georgia Military last year on their field in overtime with the win 33-30.
Yeah.
And here just not able to come up with the touchdown. So our steel man of the game is going to be Brian Cuthbertson.
Yeah.
He had some big plays, Greg. He had some big plays on defense.
9 tackles, half a sack, so he was in on a sack. Had some tackles, a couple tackles for loss, and that one big interception that bounced off of the receiver, and he was there, Johnny, on the spot to pick that one off and give it back to his offense. Yeah, so he'll...
And didn't he also recover the fumble?
Oh, yes, yep, that's right, yeah. Yep.
So a couple of big plays by Cuthbertson. And our player of the game, DJ Overstreet, I can't say enough about him. He made some key catches for the Badgers to pick up some first downs and pick up some great yardage to be able to keep the Badgers in this game.
6 catches, 100 yards is what he had there.
Wow.
And I know you're watching for Coach Erikson to come over, so just stop me if we're talking too much.
I'll watch. You keep talking.
Yeah, some of these stats from this game, Snow had 43 carries for 124 yards. It was leading the way there was Matt Wilson, 26 carries for 85 yards. He's really moved into that number 1 running back spot, and they had a good game today. Georgia Military, Coach Erikson talked. Oh, and he's getting ready there. Okay, I'll let you go to that.
All right, Coach. This is about as tough as it gets to have this kind of a loss here at home.
Yeah, that's not the way you want it to finish. You know, we did some good things there at the end of the game. I was proud of our field goal unit to be able to get that kick up and get us into overtime, and then a couple of miscues there in overtime. Really just came back to hurt us. And so we'll show up Monday, and this team will keep working. They're a resilient group, and we'll see what happens from here.
Well, you've spent a month on the road, and now you get this one game at home, and you got to go back on the road again to Roswell next week.
Yeah, that's the last road trip of the season. Well, maybe we'll get lucky and we'll get to take one more at the end of it, but Roswell's always a tough place to play, and we got to go out there, and we don't have any time to sulk about this or to get up on our feelings. We just got to show up to work Monday and get ready to go.
Now, your only 2 losses, both of them came to teams that were ranked higher than you. How much of an effect is that going to be when you get on the phone on Monday?
Well, I think that the winner of this game is probably going to be number 2, and will win out and get a home game in the playoffs. And then with what happened today and Thursday, there is no undefeated teams left. There's some really good 1-loss teams. You're going to have Hutch with 1 loss. You're going to have Iowa Western. You're going to have Georgia Military. you've got Gulf Coast and Holmes with 1 loss. And so it's going to be tough for us. I don't know that a 2-loss team gets in if everyone wins out. I think we need to get some help, and if we do, then we'll show up and be ready to play.
All right, Coach. Again, a tough one, but you can't hang your head. You guys battled the entire game.
Yeah, it was really frustrating for us to only come out and get that field goal in the second half, especially when we thought we had a really good plan. We just had some miscues, and, there were some things that just didn't hit. When we watch the tape, we're going to see a lot of things that were open. I know that it's going to be our execution that beat us. I don't think Georgia Military beat us. I think we came out and beat ourselves. And so when we watch that on the tape on Monday, we're going to be really frustrated, but we'll get it fixed and we'll get ready to go next week.
All right. Thanks, Coach, for joining us on the postgame show.
Appreciate it, Gary. Thank you.
All right. So, Greg, the Badgers with the tough loss here. They end up losing in overtime 31-24. And now their chances to get into the playoffs really rest on a lot of other teams in the NJCAA.
That's it.
They're going to have to get some help.
It'll be, I hate to say a miracle, but it would take a lot.
A tough road to hoe.
There you go. Yeah, yep.
And they've got to get things fixed to go on the road to Roswell. I don't care what New Mexico Military's record is right now. That's a tough place to go and a tough place to play.
Always tough. Yeah. Hope the Badgers can get it right and turn it around and come away with the victory.
All right. Once again, our steel man of the game is Brian Cuthbertson, who has an amazing game. He ends up with an interception, a fumble recovery, and some tackles for loss. Just a great effort by him. And DJ Overstreet is our player of the game, and he finished with 6 catches and how much?
100 yards.
100 yards, right on the button there. So DJ Smith, our player of the game, and Brian Cuthbertson, our steel man of the game. For Greg Sterner, for Ira Bowman, and everybody out on the Snow TV crew, and Jeremy landed back at the studio, thanks for joining us for Badger football action. Have a good weekend, everyone.
You've been listening to live Snow College Badger sports action on KMTI, the sports leader in South Central Utah. This sports broadcast has been brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. Join us again for Snow College Badger sports on KMTI.